what up, Tori? How you doing? Get everything popped out here real quick. Be able to see stuff. Got quite a bit of wind tonight. Drew, what's up? Lars, how's it going? Good evening. I see y'all. Get everything popped out. Chat's moved around. Easily see this tonight. How is your guys' Friday going? Cosmic, how's it going? I see ya. Action, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Is this the moon tonight? It is. This is like a live view of the moon from here near Kansas City, Missouri. Randy, how's it going, dude? I see ya. Just about fully set up here. But yeah, this is a live view of the moon near Kansas City, Missouri. Using an 11-inch Smith Cassegrain telescope tonight. Beautiful moon, too. See if we can go towards the South Pole for a minute. My chat's still not updating on my side. I can see one chat does, but the other one doesn't. What the heck? Here's going to be the South Pole of the moon. You can see how amazing Tycho looks tonight. See the ejecta rays coming out from that area. Vincent, what's up, brother? How you doing, man? Long time no see, dude. It's probably my fault. Be here, yeah, I appreciate it, Cosmic. Glad to have you back, buddy. Thanks, Mark. I appreciate it. Welcome in, by the way. I still don't know why my live chat's not actually updating my conversation. It's crazy. Have to look at a second screen just to see my chat. Is the music coming through? Let me check the music here. Should be playing. Hi, Angela. Good evening. Hopefully you're feeling better. Streamed the blood moon on March 3rd. Looks like it's going to be crazy cloudy here in Kansas City. Looks like it's going to be horrible. Hi, Soul Chef. How you doing, bud? Welcome in. Let's see if I can pull YouTube up on my phone as well. Maybe that'll make it a little bit easier to actually see stuff. Channel. There we go. Maybe I'll be able to see the chat. Hi, Sammy. How are you? How's everything going, Sammy? How is your night? Kind of walk around the moon a little bit here. Hi, Anthony. Good evening. Post on your channel. Nice, Lars. That'd be awesome, dude. Like, a lot of the United States is just going to be covered in clouds. It's insane. It's insane how much clouds are actually going to come through. I'm going to give us a little bit more brightness. See the moon a little bit better here. Not to mention, just happy to be home. I got you. I'm glad that you're doing better. Hi, Mark. Good evening, buddy. Hey, quit sending us all your clouds, Mark. We got all the UK clouds over here. What's up? I feel like I'm in the UK. I feel like I am in the UK. See a lot of ejecta here with this type of brightness up. The bright lines are going through. It's pretty wild, ain't it? Mars is not above the horizon right now. It's not a target yet. Leaving work finally. Are you feeling better? I am. I feel a lot better. California's been so cold and there's so much fog in the morning. Oh yeah. Cloudy tonight in England. Dang, man. Sea of Tranquility? Off in this direction here. We'll go towards it. La Sea of Tranquility. Get down here. Pull it down a little better. Get almost in the center. The darker of all the dark masses here is going to be the Sea of Tranquility. 3:27 a.m. Oh, no, it did. Jupiter, big gas giant or a liquid giant? So, gas giant. It is gas giant, mostly hydrogen. Mars not above the horizon. Currently not above the horizon. It is still way off in the direction of basically where the sun's at. Hi, Lisa. Welcome in. It is a gas giant. That's correct. Took off in somehow. It's been like 3 weeks. Yo. That's kind of how it seemed like for me last month when I got sick. But I'm doing good now. I'm definitely doing good now. It's just a bunch of sinuses. Is what it is. Hey, a little bit. How's it going? Absolutely, man. Welcome in, by the way. We're glad to have you. Right now we're looking at the Sea of Tranquility. It's that dark mass there in the center. If you look on the left side, it almost looks like a boot comes out. That's the Bay of Roughness. Where the Bay of Roughness comes out on the left, up into the Sea of Tranquility, there's that little tiny crater. But right next to it's the Apollo 11 landing site. 3 Atlas, just a comment. Just a comment. Moon's looking crispy. It is tonight. Saw a video today and said it was looking. Ah, no, it's definitely not right. Yo, what up, Buzz? How you doing, bud? I'm doing good a little bit. I'm doing good. Don't zoom no more. We will get you. Okay, cool story. Come and get me, I guess. Good luck. There's the Sea of Tranquility. On the bottom, by the way, is the Sea of Fecundity. On the right side is the Sea of Crisis. A little bit further up is the Sea of the Sea of Serenity. Get a little bit further over here. You got the Sea of Showers, the Bay of Rainbows up top. Beautiful Copernicus crater right there. Look how gorgeous Copernicus actually it can be sometimes. I think it looks like a mess, but there's periods where it's okay. And my favorite impact crater, of course, is going to be Tycho down here. He's using a telescope. Telescope definitely not bad. To the left is where they landed. That's kind of fun. In direction of space, there's no left or right or up or down, but they landed near the equator of the moon. A lot of it's on the right side. If you're from like here in the northern hemisphere, you're looking at the moon, it's going to be towards the right, and then off towards the middle. Looks like city glowing lights. So the bright areas that we see here is actually younger impact regions. These are younger minerals that have basically come out, and they have a lot more reflectivity to it until the solar winds come through and start to dim it down. There's 6-7 planet alignment tomorrow. There is on the 28th. There is. The moon's a reptilian gel. Dang, dude. I don't want to know what they've been doing with you. I don't want to know what they've been doing with you. Hey, what up, Possum? How you doing? Ring specs so far away, Lance. That is true. That is true. Can you ever see the other side of the moon? From photographs that were taken from different objects, obviously. The first one was Lunar 3 back in the 1950s. But now we look at photographs from like the Lunar Reconnaissance Orbiter, or the LRO. Moon was part of Earth in the beginning, in a sense, from the Great Impact. And ammonia? No. Too long. No way. Yo, it's horrible. How many humans have stared at this very rock as time has passed? Wish to see if it was closer up. Yeah, I like that's deep. Honestly, that's pretty deep. I don't know how to actually answer that one. Like when you really think about it, everybody in the past that's ever walked and looked up to everybody in the future, we're all gonna enjoy the same object up there, the moon. So I think it brings mankind together. I really do think it brings mankind together. Have we been to the other side of the moon? Past it, not landed though. Never landed on the other side of the moon. As it goes into the shadow, the edge disappears. As it goes into the shadow, the edge disappears. I must have missed something there. What does that mean? I don't know if you're talking about the Terminator line, maybe? It's like how bad we want to see exoplanets. It's how they felt about these. That is true. That is super true. Angela, good to see you. Honestly, good to see you. Good to see you. And Vincent as well, brother. Good to see you tonight. What a lovely bit of cheese. Yo, if it's cheese, what kind of cheese would you think it is? What kind of cheese do you think it is? Because with that, it is deep. That's actually a really deep thought. I think when it's supposed to align on the weekend. There's a planetary alignment coming up. Oh, you're welcome a little bit. Absolutely. Things M6A says is moonfly, and you're really, like, you're literally looking at the edge of the moon right now. I mean, come on, man. I know it's a joke, obviously, but it's just kind of comical that the question comes up. Yeah, you're looking at the moon. Oh my goodness. Please don't walk and chew bubblegum. Oh my goodness. They are still a bit lined up tonight. That is correct. Planetary alignment is just a goofy term, to be honest. It's actually relatively goofy to think of it. We can do the same planets tonight that we're going to do tomorrow night and the next night and the next night. And China landed something on the dark side of the moon. They did. More towards like the South Pole, though. The shadow edge isn't crisp. I think it's super crisp. When you talk about the Terminator line, it's super, super crisp. Wait, are you talking about like right here? Like this edge here is not going to be crisp. You're looking at the different formation of the moon within the transparency of the background of the cosmos, obviously. But when you look at something like the Terminator line, we'll go towards it. It's super crisp, really, really crisp. Just because there's no atmosphere up there. The Terminator line's right there. It's really crisp. The things that you can see if we turn up some brightness is you'll see some of the mountain ranges or some of the different central peaks and stuff like that kind of pop up. See if I can get one for you. Get a little bit more brightness. You can see just how crisp it is. And then you can see some of the areas, you can see some of the raised areas of the moon as well, where some of the sunlight's getting reflected off of. I think that's pretty cool. Clouds forecasted tomorrow. They are. Yep, they are. How are we even seeing this? Through an 11-inch Schmidt-Cassegrain telescope tonight. Has always been in Earth's orbit. After its formation, yeah. After its formation. What up, Dallas? How you doing, brother? I'm doing good, man. How's your night? Should we expect Jenny the Bomb or Jace tonight? Probably. I would assume so. Surprised we actually ain't seen Jenny yet. See if I can pull out some of the brightness so it's not super, super bright on us. Hi, Sherry. Good evening. It's been just crazy cloudy here. Can you comment what telescope he is missing? Oh, someone has to type it in. Explanation point and then telescope. Is this live? How can we even see this? Yes, this is live and we're using a telescope to look out there. What size? Oh, you guys see the goose go by? What size difference between the moon and the Earth? It's about a quarter. Roughly about a quarter of the Earth, or about like the size of the United States. Never knew the moon sounded so restful. I know. That's so funny. That's super funny. What are the bright spots? These are younger impact craters. So younger debris that kind of gets pulled up during the impacts, and what happens there, a little bit higher reflectivity. So when the sunlight bounces off of it, it gets a little bit more. On average, about 12% for the moon. And what we could see too, like you see the lines coming out from the moon, or sorry, from the different impacts. This one here is Tycho, and you can see the ejected, but that's called ejected. It's debris blown outwards. Over time, though, it starts to dim down quite a bit. The solar winds will come through and actually dim it down, similar to what happens with flags. Or those silver white specks. Yep, same thing we just talked about. If you don't have an atmosphere, how small would the moon appear to us on Earth? So it depends on your atmosphere, the conditions of your atmosphere. Moon comes off from the Earth. That is correct. From the Great Impact hypothesis is now the leading theory. It's about 90% of a consensus. The moon during the day earlier. That's absolutely awesome, isn't it? Hi, Karen. How are you doing? How's your night? Got your friend Neil Arshog. Yo, that's crazy, man. Been off watching some gambling streams. I'm back. Oh, dude, no. I'm always excited to check out your channel. I appreciate it, Dallas. Honestly, thank you, bud. Get hit by meteors like all day long, pretty much. There's no atmosphere to burn them up like what we have here, so micrometeoroids commonly hit the moon. There's not a lot of micrometeoroids around currently. This is a relatively quiet time, though. There goes another goose. There's a lot of impacts on the moon. How many millimeter is this view? My telescope? Is that what you're asking? It's amazing how precise the moon is placed. Not really. It's not very precise. It's moving away from us by about 1.437 inches per year. That's on its way outward. It's not really a precise measurement, per se. There are more than just one moon. That is true. For us, obviously, we got one moon and then we have 8 quasi-moons. But when we look at other planets, for example, like Mars, there's 2 moons. You look out towards like Jupiter, 97, Saturn, 200, whatever it is, 276 or whatever. It's insane, or 267. It's an insane number. But anyway, man, I appreciate it, Phil. Honestly, glad to have you, buddy. Smart butt, but I don't know about smart. I'm saying I'm a wise guy. I think you're a wise guy. Does the moon help shield the Earth from impacts? Not really. Not really. It's a relatively small object pretty far away from us. Wonder what's on the dark side of the moon? There's no real dark side of the moon. That's just a song. There's a far side and there's the near side. At all times, though, 50% of the moon's illuminated. So when we have a new moon where we don't see the moons out during the daytime right next to the sun, in our perspective, obviously, then the far side's completely illuminated, or that 50%. Hey, what up, Trinity? How you doing? Any UFOs yet? What's the furthest space object structure you can see with this? So, I mean, it's kind of weird context that you use there. UFO, I mean, obviously you can see UFOs all the time, right? Like I've seen a balloon go by, I couldn't identify. Furthest space object, galaxies. Galaxies are the most distant space objects we can see. Float around, show some other cool spots. I'm trying to keep up with the conversation. It's hard to like try to focus on movement and also the conversation at the same time. Our moon is the 5th largest in our solar system. That is true. Seen them when I was 21 in the middle of the ocean. Yo, that's crazy. What are you doing in the middle of the ocean? The moon. What was the closest the moon has been to the Earth, and how long ago was it? And so somewhere about 4.5 billion years ago, right after the Great Impact from Theia. So it would have been right here. A lot of the moon is part of our beautiful planet, the Earth itself. Have you ever seen any werewolves tonight? I have not. Any lunar waves? No. Can you slow chat down? I wish. It's all good though. I enjoy the chat. Cruise ship? What kind of cruise ship? Stop looking in your windows. Cool story. Her name's Aliens. Y'all love it. That's super funny. That's so funny. Allegedly what? I must have missed something. Allegedly. There's about 90% consensus that that's accurate. It all leads up to it. 90% of it's, or 90, I should say 90% agree at the end of the day when it comes to all the different things. What that telescope am I using? In the C11 from Celestial. Often different countries, looking up the same thing right now. I mean, somewhat true. Not necessarily true. If you're like in China, you're not looking up at what we're looking at. Went to IKEA today for the first time. No way, Crusher. It's actually pretty cool. It's such a big store, though. Telescope tonight, C11. Tide's different with the full moon. No, full moon don't actually affect the tides. You get 2 high tides per day, basically. Just the rotation around Earth. Full moon itself don't have anything to do with it. What's the latest story of us going back? Man, they're rolling Artemis back to the cage to get work done for the most part. You guys can't see the moon tonight? Oh, no way. You got clouds tonight, Ashley? Look at the moon. It's always going to be the same thing I'm looking at, right? For the most part, we see about 59% because of a process called libration. So sometimes we see a little bit different angles of the moon. But we can see about 59% of the moon. Looking at the moon. We are looking at the moon. What's your top 3 celestial objects that you love to see? Obviously, the moon, Jupiter, and its Galilean moons. I think it's amazing. Beyond that, probably the Whirlpool Galaxy. Like, I always have this thing. Like, looking at the Whirlpool Galaxy, just so stunning. That is a lot of cheese. Oh, man. That'd be all bad. Let me grab a little bit of drink here real quick. Gotta get some switchy. DC skies are great over the Pacific. Oh, yeah. Would you put a boat up cam on the moon? It'd be a short delay. It would be pretty cool. I mean, it'd only be about like 1.3 second delay. Wouldn't be horrible, though. Do you think people do you think people will ever live on the moon? I think that's kind of what the question was. Eventually there will be a moon base to be able to get to Mars. I wouldn't say like actually live there per se, but there'll be a moon base. I feel like the moon has influence on karma. I don't know anything about any of that. Moon, sun, the Milky Way. The band of the stars. I love it, Trinity. Hey Tico, how you doing, brother? Good to see you, man. Good to see you. Was that a cruise in Miami? That's the Private Island. Oh, from Puerto Rico, San Juan Island. Not Connor Booker Cruise, I apologize. Remember to say, okay. Don't forget to like and sub. Greatest content ever. I appreciate you, brother. Thanks, Dallas. You talk faster than I type. I love it. It happens. Chuckle, what's up, buddy? How you doing? How far is the moon from Earth? On average, about 238,900 miles away. That's about the average for it. Where's the flag? L0L. I'm not sure what L0L is, but if you need a flag, you can go to Walmart or something, dude. Definitely do that. Do you really think that they put somebody on the moon? They just made a bunch of cowboys and a Bobcat with 3 city. Sure, they made it back and forth. Honestly, Michael, at the end of the day, dude, I'm not here to like convince you yes or no. I think you need to do your own experiments and your own research, to be honest. I think that's kind of the easiest way. I'm not here to like change someone's opinion and I obviously don't care about opinions, or feelings, I should say. It's more about the facts at the end of the day. What is a blood moon? A blood moon is when we have a lunar eclipse, a total lunar eclipse, when you technically get a blood moon. Not just a lunar eclipse, but you need a total. Do you consider yourself a lunatic? I do not. Have you seen Mud Fossil University on YouTube? I have not. I'll check that out. It makes me wonder about really out there. I'll check it out. Actually think that we can live on the moon? We can't even land on it? I mean, we've been there several times, 6 different times, so I'm pretty sure. We're not too worried about your opinion on it. I'm a big fan. I'm from India. And, oh, yo, welcome in. Good to have you. Cars didn't even have AC and windows back then? No, I mean, they kind of did. Somehow, hey, strapped a bunch of cowboys in the pop can and launched them. I mean, again, who cares? No one cares about your feelings. It's all about the evidence. It's pretty much a good thing that you're probably never going to be much of a manager of any corporation. There's always a French fry job at McDonald's. Milky Way is beautiful during the beginning of August in the balance. It is. That is so true. Get into the Milky Way season. It's so beautiful. Absolutely. Was the moon originally part of Earth? It was. Part of it. Part of the moon was from Earth. What telescope we're using tonight is going to be the C11. Chicago, welcome in, Anna. How's Chicago tonight? How's Chicago? Hey, Luna, how you doing? Welcome in. What part of the world are you looking from? You're in Eastern Canada. Very well. Very awesome. Welcome in. By the way, we're in Kansas City, Missouri. That's kind of funny because I'm a big CEO. I bet you are, dude. I bet you're big, but I highly doubt CEO, unless you got CEO of your mom's basement. Wish it was like a toe scoop. Like or whatever, telescope. Look at the moon if I try to move. It moves too fast. Yeah, I got you. Been a while. What's up, Christina? How you doing? Biggest lie ever told to humanity. How they actually land on the moon. I don't care. Again, I don't care about your opinion. Your opinions really don't mean nothing to me. What did I walk into? Dude, I don't. No clue. But the love from India. I appreciate you, bud. Have you seen... I have not. I have not seen it, Rochelle. What is name in honor of the moon? That is true. What part of the moon was Earth from? Our crust. Can you zoom to the Apollo mission areas? We can go by where they're actually located. Any advice for someone getting into this? Make sure you get a good telescope, one that you'll actually use. Don't go too big. The worst thing you can do, do you know about St. Joe? It's north of us. The one thing you don't want to do is buy a massive telescope that you'll never use. A good telescope is one that you will use. This is grade 4 astronomy. Yeah, I guess. The picture is really nuts. I appreciate you, Stephanie. When you see the moonlight, moon from Earth, and what is different when you see moon right now? Explain more. I'm not too sure what you mean. When you see moonlight, moon from Earth. So I'm not too sure what you mean, but we do get a little bit of illumination based off of Earth, if that's what you're asking. It's called Earth shines. When the light comes from the sun, bounces off of us, and then hits part of the dark side of the moon. Or I should say the night space of the moon. And then we start to see a little bit of the illumination. We really see that during the crescent phase, if that's kind of what you're asking. Where do you wish we could see a crater being made? Yo, that'd be crazy. That'd be super crazy. Massive impact craters occur about once every 10,000 years, roughly. Which is the best telescope? One that you'll use, one that you'll enjoy, honestly. You're from St. Joseph. Oh, nice. Very awesome, dude. I listen to KJO 105 a lot. Yo, what's up, Richie? How you doing, buddy? Welcome in. Could you like my face in high school? Dang. Dang. Using 10-inch telescopes. 11-inch tonight. Got 11-inch telescope tonight. What's your favorite Star Wars, Star Trek? Or, okay, Warhammer 40K. Probably Star Trek. I'd probably go Star Trek. Moon's your favorite moon in the solar system. I love it. What's a ripple? It's going to be the atmosphere. Like when you look at the edges, or like kind of bring it over here a little bit, you get the atmosphere to kind of blow through, or the atmospheric turbulence. It's kind of like when you light up a grill and you see the waves come off of it, or you look out towards like a hot pavement in the middle of summer and you see the waves coming through. Same thing that we're seeing here, but we're really zoomed in. Therefore, optically, it makes it appear like that. What do you mean we can't see the footprints? Can't you zoom in more? We can see the footprints from other objects. I don't have the angular resolution, though. My telescope's not large enough to see that, something that small. What telescope do you have? C11. Got 187 subs. Amazing. Congrats. Catch you live again. Hello. What's up, Jazz? How you doing? How's your night? Welcome in. Was I probably gone? No, the footprints are there. They were captured by India's second mission. Have you looked during a solar eclipse, or is it too dangerous? We do look at solar eclipses. We do have solar filters for that. Who said they're from St. Joe? Someone did earlier. I think it just up a little bit. Solar winds would wipe them away. Ish. They're still there. They were captured. You can see the, if you look at the images from, especially the second letter from India, you can see the footprints. You can see the tracks from the rovers as well. Can you see the flag? Not with my equipment. It was morning night, huh? I guess, dude. Scott, I appreciate it, Phil. Thank you so much, brother. I appreciate it. Hey, thanks, Vincent. Thank you. I do appreciate you. Have you seen a UFO yet? I don't know what's a UFO look like. Where are the pyramids? What pyramids? Can you zoom in more? We're actually really zoomed in right now. We can definitely zoom in a bit more, though. Oh, thanks. I appreciate it, Double. If you lived on the moon, would you spend all your time looking back at Earth in your telescope? Oh, man. That's insane. Honestly, no. Because if you lived on the moon, you had your telescope, you get to enjoy what's called no atmosphere. There's only an exosphere. I should put that in there when we talk about the moon. But you wouldn't have an atmosphere. So just like your seeing condition would be like just amazing. Glorious, what's up, buddy? How you doing? The moon has no atmosphere. Why can't we see any new craters forming from asteroid impacts right now? Because asteroid impacts only occur, like large asteroid impacts only occur about once every 10,000 years. Large impacts. But it does get hit by micrometeoroids. Same with what we see when the objects come through our atmosphere. When we have like meteor showers or the shooting stars. Guessing flying object or anything weird, dude. The only thing weird we see from here is geese. Geese fly through a lot this time of year. Gotta call the security. Gotta call on someone and arrest him. Yo, that's crazy. Drilling so high right now, Sammy. Be careful. Fall around here and you'll be booed. That's true. Going to space camp in the summer and watching this feels fitting. Yo, that's amazing, Alan. That's awesome. It's absolutely awesome. Could live on a planet in the observable universe. Which planet would it be? Mercury. I personally would go to Mercury. I would do Mercury. They catch space junk. Sometimes there's a rocket booster that actually impacted the moon back in like 2021, maybe 2022, somewhere around there. Or is there something? I appreciate Dallas. Thanks, man. Where the myth that the moon which cheese came from? Honestly, I have no clue. How's the moon not weird enough for people? That's a good question. Hey, chilling in the skies. What's up, buddy? Yo, Vincent, thank you, brother. I appreciate that, man. Thank you so much, bud. I appreciate you, brother. Thanks. I see a Godzilla in here today. Brother also used to work at... Ooh, that's Skunkworks. Nice. Do you think there's at least one other civilization in the galaxy other than us right now? Maybe. I think it's very probable. Doesn't happen at all. What are the odds of us catching something amazing right now? It depends. I mean, honestly, it's kind of... I guess that's one of the questions. Love you too, little buddy. I guess that's one of the questions of... Can you see to the future or something like that? I can't. I honestly can't. The myth comes from craters. It looks like Swiss cheese. Me yelling. That's funny. Why does the moon have so many craters? Because there's not an atmosphere and not sediment changes like what we have here on our planet. Keep an eye for any new craters forming. Nice. I love it. If we need light to see objects in the universe, do we need light to see light itself? So we see light because light itself is illuminated. It's the energy that we see, right? The observable part. Here's space. It's so big. It's just a probability. Here's another just map. Yeah, absolutely. Prefer going in the middle of the Mercury because day reaches 800 Fahrenheit and 180 degrees Celsius a day. Yeah, that's true. Absolutely. Where's the man on the moon located? It's actually a lot easier to see with your eyes than it is with the telescope. Using a telescope, seeing the man on the moon is really hard. It's actually really hard to see. Yeah, I got what you meant, Richie. I definitely got what you meant. Hi, Eva. Good evening. You do this? I think my neighbor saw it. I was looking for UFOs. That's too funny. Do you need light to see light? No, light itself is the energy you're looking for. It is the energy that you're looking for. You can see in the future? No, you cannot. Why do we only see one side of the moon? Well, it's because it's tightly locked to us. It's tightly locked to us. It has its rotational period is exactly the same as, or I should say that the rotational period, how it rotates, is exactly the same speed as what it takes to go around Earth. Or synchronization, rotation. Sometimes, yeah, that is true. Sometimes we see a cat, sometimes the witch on the moon. See a guy picking up a bowling ball? Yeah, it kind of looks like a cartoon character. Based on the moon, it matters. Time. Our government said, okay, cool story. Which government are you even talking about? Have you seen galaxies today? We have not yet. Let's find some rolling rocks. What kind of rolling rocks? So there's an observable part of light. You mean they're different energies you can't technically see, but light itself would be emitted. We see those. It's crazy. The coldest star in the observable universe is just 20 away from the heat of pizza oven. Yeah, it's crazy. That's funny. And the other side is where Roman hides his secrets. Man, don't tell people. Where the craters in the middle, more circular looking, from the craters to the edge, which look more elliptical. It's a good question. You're going to see that everywhere. Obviously, we're looking at them at an angle when they're on the edge. You got quite the angle on that edge. But you can see, for the most part, everything's circular for the most part. Let's see if we can find any that really has a little bit more angles to them. But what you see here is a seismic wave. It's a secondary effect from the impacts. It's not technically from the impact, but it's the effect from the impact, seismic wave. Similar to, like you throw something in water, you see those waves come out in more of a circular shape, no matter what size object you throw it in, no matter what angle you throw it in, you get that seismic wave. It's pretty much the same consistent energy in all directions. Samuel says, we've never been to the moon or Mars yet. We have photographs and everything else of it. Okay, cool story. Moon is like soon. Yes, the moon is like soon. So many galaxies out there. You just have to... Another life form. I would agree. Yeah, absolutely. The number's just crazy. Get you a chance, we could... you look at a nebula or galaxy after your scheduled life. Possibly. Favorite crater on the moon is Copernicus. Copernicus is alright. It's alright. It's alright. Second one is Tycho. I like Tycho. I think Tycho's the most beautiful impact crater, personally. Hi, Isabel. Welcome in. What are the top 3 types of celestial objects that you're more curious about? Planetary, mine's planetary signs, so obviously planetary, the moon itself, and then go towards sun. Bro. Chilling guys, bro. Do you know the moon's real name is Luna in Spanish? Or if you're speaking in English, though, it'd be moon, capital M, above moon. What if the moon was actually our first star and then it died? Well, that'd be really tough for it because there's no evidence shows anything similar to that at all. It'd be like the core of something from a long, long time ago. Neo to the moon, why haven't we been back? We have been back several times. Been back to the moon several times. 5 times, actually, after the first one. The word month is really month. We get 12 to 13 months a year, don't we? 12. Alright, sounds good, Richie. Sounds good. Move it around, please? Yeah, absolutely. We'll do a little bit of moving. Sometimes it's kind of hard to move around and pay attention to the chat at the same time. Or leave invisible and they give you a space. That is true. Yeah, that is true. Rocks that seemingly rolled uphill on the moon. We see things that occur because of like solar winds and stuff like that. It's kind of weird. Yep, in Spanish should be Luna. Luna in Spanish. Moons are so underrated. I would agree with that. Yeah, I definitely agree with that. Hi, Aria. Welcome in. How are you doing? It's weird how certain misinformation comments keep coming in. I know. It's so wild. It just shows. Shows the intelligence of some people. It shows. Copernicus up there on the top. You can see their trails. Yeah. The that's actually called ejecta. Debris blown out during the impact. Especially like this one down here. See a lot of the ejecta. A lot of ejecta. Hit the deal so much junk chat. I know, man. It happens though. Sometimes you get junk chat, but you also know what kind of mindset it comes from. We're long pants and I did. Every see and I bought. I think I'm Ryan Halls y'all bought. Oh yeah. Well, the minute I heard they made a telescope called the Hubble, saw some pictures. So cool. Hubble was amazing. Hubble did an amazing job. The replacement for Hubble is called the Nancy Grace Space Telescope, or the Roman Space Telescope, I should say it that way. If you look up a Roman Space Telescope, it's going to be the replacement for Hubble. All the gutters are the same depth. They are not the same depth. Anywhere from Sangring down to 7 miles deep. Where are the shiny rocks? It's just younger impact regions. The way the camera's picking them up. Just younger impact regions on the moon. Month comes from the word moon. 12.5 lunar months. Here, I got you. Oh, you got you. James Webb Space Telescope's really cool. It actually is. It is actually really cool. Have you told your mom that the world isn't flat? Dude, I just don't even worry about it, bro. Ain't worth my time. See that we can fit every single planet in the solar system between the Earth and the Moon and still have space left over. Only in the apogee approach, meaning the most distant approach that we get with the Moon. So it's furthest distance or as it orbits around Earth. You could do it at that point. You love Eureka? Nice. I got you. Where are the bright spots? Younger impact regions. There's a halo around the moon. Ah, yeah, kind of cloudy. I got you. It's always kind of neat to get to see the halo around the moon when you get a little bit of atmospheric stuff. Is it true that the galaxy is expanding? Not necessarily. The galaxy, not itself, but the cosmos is. We don't see the galaxy expand. Run a plane trip and goes around the world, done. Yeah, what do you think? Why doesn't the moon spin? It does spin. It does spin. Oh man, bro, what's up? What do you mean, oh man, bro? But the moon does spin as it orbits around Earth. It has a lot of quartz in it. I mean, maybe. You'll find a lot of what you find here. About 96% the same isotopics you'll find on the moon. Cosmology is quite cool, that's true. You see any other planets at the moment? Jupiter is in the western part of the sky. Let's see if we're getting close to it yet. Yeah, we just moved into the western part of the sky, but we got Jupiter and, of course, the moon. 2 of the best targets we can get to right now. Then why do they say we never see the backside of the moon? We don't see the far side of the moon. But it spins, but as it makes that spin, the one rotation, it makes that orbit around Earth. It's synchronization rotation. Yo, thank you so much. Thank you, Evie. I appreciate that. Thank you so much. Let's say Scorpion, please. I can't make it. Oh, it's not coming through. Yeah, it's just, let's see. Making stuff drop. You want to join our Discord? Let me see if it'll even work. Guys, live button. See if it'll even come through. I don't even know if it'll come through. It's almost like my chat ain't connected. Did it come through or not? I'm not sure if it came through or not. And again, thank you so much. Thank you, I appreciate it. Got gifted out. That's awesome, Chess. That is so cool. Yeah. I see it come up with the Nightbot, though. Looks like it's coming up with it. How to pick one. Which question would you like to know the answer to? Where gravity exists or the universe is infinite? I wouldn't, like... I mean, in that sense, like, why is the universe infinite? Like, we don't know what it technically is. I'd probably want to know more about gravity, even though it's like well understood. It's still not understood why gravity exists, right? But we understand how, we just don't understand why. Yeah, I guess that's the kind of the weird concept to it. As soon as you get in a lot of ice, it's just a face. Yo, that's super funny. That is so funny. You did, I think, Crusher. I think you got it to work. I'm glad to have you, Area. Glad to have you. We usually get lots of fights, but it's just a face. Oh, I love it. That's so funny. Can we see another planet like this? Not like this. It's a moon. They're not planets that really look... I mean, I guess Mercury looks a lot like ours. But we can see a planet. We can go by Jupiter. Why can I move the moon and no one else? And no one else can. Why can I got no clue what you're asking there. No clue. There's a second moon cool. It kind of is. I mean, it's just a little asteroid. Space spins faster than light and nothing goes faster. That's true. At the end of the universe. And that is if the universe still expanding. There's kind of a little bit of a thought, is it truly expanding at this point? Hey Lamar, how you doing, bud? Welcome in. Does it hop every single time, dude? It happens, man. It happens, brother. They are pretty cool. My buddy made those. I don't think he's in right now, though. But one of our moderators made those emojis. I think they're really cool. Alright, let's get us to the other side of the sky real quick so we can also bounce by Jupiter. Here, I'm going to spin the telescope around the sky. We're sitting right now, kind of explaining the process. Right now, we're sitting on the west side of the pier. And we're looking to the east. And now that the moon's in the west side of the sky, we got to go to the east side of the pier and then kind of look off to the west. And start catching them. You got nothing can go slow. Has to be the light. Body's amazing. I think it is. Wait for that big one. Roman soothing voice for you. Get you. Dang. What protects the moon from the sun burning it up? I mean, it's pretty far away from the sun itself. What protects it? Yeah, it's pretty far away from the sun itself. Think your telescope could reach sweeps 11 the furthest exoplanet away from us. I mean, we'd be able to look out that way. We wouldn't see anything from it. One of my biggest pet peeves are cloudy skies during special astronomy events. It happens every single time. Never fails. Never fails. There we go. Back to the moon. Let's get us centered up here, though. See if we can get us all centered up with the moon. We'll place solve it. Or not place solve it. We'll just sink it to the mount. And we should be able to go look at Jupiter real quick. Let's try it. 3, 2, 1, and a wee. Let's go see if we can find a Jupiter. Gives a little bit more brightness, though. Oh, I just seen it go by. Where'd it go? Yeah, right there. There's Jupiter. I see a little baby Jupiter. It's not going to be too great, just because we're set up for the moon. Really not set up to look at Jupiter. There's a little bit of Jupiter. Totally locked with the moon. Is Mercury totally locked with the sun? It is not. Mercury itself rotates. Oops. What's up, children? What up, Godzilla? What up? But there's Jupiter. Let's see if we can see some of its moons. There's some of its moons come through. You got Jupiter and some of the moons. Some of the moons hanging out. Looks like Ganymede's up there. There's going to be Ganymede. Ooh, it's going to be a tough question. Which one is Europa? Which one is... let's see. Let's run out here real quick. Let's go see if we can find Callisto. I think Callisto is going to be in this direction. That's going to be my guess. Yeah, I can see Callisto right there. Let me get a little bit more light. Appears like Callisto out here. Maybe. Look like Callisto. Could be a star too. Check out here a little bit. think that was Callisto. So it looks like Ganymede, and then I would probably say Io, Jupiter, and then Europa. That's my guess. That's just my guess. I'm sure someone will come up. When the gravity is very bony. There you go. Chicken Slam, nice. And Claudius over by Saturn. Io's transiting Jupiter. Oh, okay. So we're gonna have. I'm gonna say Ganymede top left, Europa. If we got transit, then obviously we don't see Io, and then we got Callisto on the very bottom. Then looks super tight, buddy. Glass of water, right? Right. Face is on the right side. Very nice, y'all. I appreciate that. Io doing a little bit of transit currently. Let's see. Let me pull out some of that brightness again. See if we can see much from it. Can't really make out much of a shadow. Can you guys see a shadow? I don't see a shadow from its moon right now. It's hard to tell though. We don't have a really good focus. It's pretty cool though, ain't it? Down Saturn. Saturn's already way out of my view. Way out of my view. Way out of my view. Let's do a little bit of focus real quick. Trying to see if I can see the shadow or even the storm. I don't see either one. Not seeing either one of them. Can I come back out a little bit here? There's Jupiter. Jupiter doing Jupiter things. Alright, let's go find the moon. Let's go find the moon. Soon we'll do a little bit more Jupiter and just Jupiter. We just got a moon really close to it. We'll set up the scope so it's actually for Jupiter. The remote scope online. It is not right now. Currently not online. Yo, flashbang. That was bright. Who did that? Can't believe y'all did that. It's not on right now. Trying to look into the core. Please stop. Okay, cool, sorry. Is it sunny? No, it's dark. And back clear the vat of all of that. I reflect on that. What's up, Matt? How you doing, brother? How's your night? You do astrophotography? Not too much. I mean, we do a little bit. It's not my thing, though. We do have a remote setup here that a lot of people are able to use. So if you want to use a remote telescope, do some astrophotography with some of our equipment, you can do that. Jump in Discord with us. Discord.skieslive.com. Chilling in the skies and new mods, my son. My 7-year-old boy. He's out there. Just being a 7-year-old. That's my little dude. He told me he was going to be a moderator and take out everybody. Haven't seen him take anybody out yet, though. I'm pretty lucky. Deborah, thank you so much for the high five. I appreciate you. Thank you so much. Thank you so much for that. Yeah, he's just my little dude. My mini-me. Hanging out with us. Soon he's going to do these lives for me, he says. I'm surprised he's even awake. It's 10 o'clock. Messed up his foot, so he had the day off of school. What's the craziest thing that you've seen while watching the moon? People in my chat. I won't lie. Honestly, Drew, like people in my chat. But take it past that. Probably like it's really cool to see like bats. And not just a bat flying through, but a bat that's like really high and is coming more towards your direction, so it just like gets bigger on the screen. I think that's really cool in a way. I think that's actually really cool. And then you get other stuff like airplanes that go through. The one thing I really want to get is a helicopter in transit in front of the moon here in our view. I think that'd be really cool. Nina, thank you so much for the little dude. I appreciate it, Nina. Thank you so much. Thank you for the love and support, by the way. Good to have you. Eric, you did not see her send you money. He's gonna be on me. We're gonna go buy stuff. Subscribe now to see the sky. And Godzilla the King says, oh my goodness. Cheese on the counter at 3 a.m. We'll be like, oh dang. Are there robots on the moon? I mean, there kind of are. There actually are. China left some up there, India. That sounds wild. Bats are pretty cool. I think bats are really cool to see. In these perspectives, like just imagine you're looking at the moon like an airplane flies through, or you see like a bird kind of flying into the view, and all of a sudden it seems to like stop, but it's getting larger, so you know it's coming downwards at you. Ever focus the ISS? We chased it. I've never actually tried to capture it. What sparked your fascination with astronomy? What continues that passion? So what sparked that fascination? Obviously, I was 8 years old. Dad bought a telescope for the family. That kind of sparked it. What continues the passion? Well, I mean, just life. Life continues that passion. What telescope are you using? Right now, we're using the C11 telescope. Currently using the C11 telescope. Celestial 11-inch spectroscopy. I said super fast. Is it even possible? It is. He can keep up with it. You can actually get different applications to help you track it through the sky as well. He can do it. It's just not easy. When's the next man landing? Hopefully in 2030. 2030, 2031 maybe. Here, let's do a little better focus real quick. See if we can get the focus a little bit better. Was it the same as 11? What is 10%? 20? 11? No, 22. Dude, that's so funny, Matt. Oh my god. You got me to say that loud. Other robots uncount 9B, the highest point in the universe. No. The stars can't be seen at night. What do you mean stars can't be seen at night? What's the focal ratio of your C11? With the focal reducer, and it's about 6.7, roughly. Of 6.7. Didn't like that. Still learning. What is an ISS? The ISS, the International Space Station, manned mission, or a satellite above us that has men on it for scientific research and development. We haven't got a night about it. No, Eva. No. What's up with the smiley face and moon phase lately? I don't know. I guess it wants you to smile. See if you'd smile back, I guess. Maybe. Maybe? I don't know. Alright, we're going to focus though. You guys are making me forget to focus. See if we can get the focus in a little better. Get a better view. There's column satellites. I mean, in a sense, it's a manned one though. You got Tingagong, which is a Chinese station, and then you got the international station, which is where most Americans go to. Mexico, Russia, other nations. What does it mean again when it has colored rings around it? It just means you have things in the sky, like clouds or dust and stuff like that. How far can you zoom? Can it zoom? So true zoom actually comes from your eyepiece or Barlow's. Like if we want true zoom where you get better resolution, then you got to put in like a 2 times Barlow, 3 times Barlow, or change out the eyepiece. Use a much stronger eyepiece. Because it's been on the bottom. I mean, it points us towards the sun. It's winter time now, so the sun's a little bit lower in the sky for us. Kind of black, but the is better. I'm gonna change the space station, maybe. Can you point it at Mars, please? Not above the horizon. Mars currently not above the horizon. Not an object we can get to right now. Still trying to focus here too. Maybe we get a little bit closer. I'm gonna try to capture the ISS before it gets to the orbit in 2032 or something. Yeah. There's General Tso's chicken. Ain't that a spicy one, right? The General's Tso's chicken is spicy. What's the nearest star after hours? Proxima Centauri. Have you seen anything land on the moon? I have not. Will I do this conclusion? I got no clue. Have you ever caught a lunar wave? I have not. Perfect time to see UFO pass? Sure. I guess. I guess. You check Stellarium. I know shadow is not visible. Oh, okay. I got you. I just don't have the right setup for doing Jupiter, to be honest. I have a pipe dream wanting to go over to look at Jupiter so much right now. Maybe you can be a new crater on the moon soon. Maybe. What, little buddy? What? This is what we can do right now. We can zoom in with just digital zoom. So basically you're pinching the screen. Hurricane, say to the island. I've got my eye on you, dang. Serious side of the universe, freak you out. Not really. Maybe gotta be a new crater on the moon soon. Imagine a UFO just passing by, right? Proxima is in our galaxy. It is. Are going to be online during the 20th alignment? I think it's possible, but I don't know yet. Our weather conditions are going to be horrible for about a week after tonight. It's going to get all bad. It's going to get all bad. Jump over on the sun for one more second. What do you think would have happened to you? It'd be all bad. It would just be all bad. Not that I'd want to experience. We're not the right imaging train for Planet Honey. Oh, I got the right one. Just the observatory gives it a little bit of Oh, yeah. I got what you meant. Yeah. I just don't have the right camera on. What planets you can point at besides the moon? Jupiter right now. Jupiter's the only one I can get to currently. Nice, dude. The light spot, bright, so it's younger impact regions. 100 out or anything, but I'm curious. Different setups for different objects. It's a focal length thing filter. So usually focal length. Focal length matters a lot. It also can come back to your F ratio, how fast the light is. But size also matters. So like, for example, this 11-inch telescope, even at the f6.7, it's fast. It's really fast. It's almost like a small 4-inch telescope, even around like f3, for example. But yeah, everything has a little bit of its own thing. The higher focal length, the lower f ratio is good for planetary. And more zoom, obviously. Your focal length really matters on zoom. Nice chance of having a smoking hot body. Oh, that's funny. If you wear sunscreen, you'll be just fine, maybe. What's the first planet you can see through it? Ours, all of ours. We can see all the planets. Yeah, it's pretty much close to that. Yeah. Pretty much close to it. Ancient water ice and lava tubes on the moon. Doesn't get a little late. There are lava tubes on the moon. We also see ice on the moon. How much need to spend for a decent telescope? Depends on what you consider a decent telescope. It's kind of subjective in its own sense. But I would say keep around 100, 300 on your first one. Get like a tabletop Dobsonian. Even something, if you want to get something a little bit fancier, maybe the 4SE from Celestron's a wonderful application, especially since it's motorized. Here's how crazy the moon's looking right now. You want to enjoy just a really cool view? This is stunning. Getting to see the moon in this kind of definition. You can see we have a lot of atmosphere, though, a lot of moisture in the atmosphere here. It's giving us that wave effect. But you know what, buddy? Are you worried about the climate clock hitting 0? I mean, not really the conversation of what we do here, to be honest. Here's we'll probably see the base there. Very true. It won't be a few years. We're still a minute out, but it's gonna be coming up. Dude on the rise, a Reddit moderator. What? That's funny. And other than okay, cool story, man. Hi, Steven. How you doing, brother? How's your night? What's a moon ball? It has no air. Yo, I love it. I love it. Here's probably make sure I got all the comments up here. Looks like I do. You guys kind of calmed down here lately, making it a little bit easier to read. Hey, Tori. How's it going? First ever scope was a hobby killer. We have to fuel the hobby, right? Oh, yeah, I got you. Yeah. Sometimes that happens, though. Sometimes it honestly happens. Sometimes you get those telescopes that, yeah, make it pretty tough. Yo, Chill in the Skies just took out that dude. My goodness, he's on it. That's the first time my 7-year-old boy took it out. Dude, you got taken out by a 7-year-old boy. That's how you know that, like, you're pretty shitty. When a 7-year-old comes at you. Man, that's all bad, dude. That is all bad. People be cray-cray. That's true. What telescope we're using tonight is the C11. C11 telescope. C11 telescope. Yay! Hey, you know you're... Yeah, that's so funny. You think the USA flag went to the moon? I mean, several times. Say Jupiter is farther away from the moon. Yep, tonight it is. It's a little bit more of a distance. In our perspective, obviously. How's it in space too? That's true. No. Dude, I seen you get them. We didn't land on the moon. Not the USSR for sure. That's true. They kind of confirmed it. When is the moon the heaviest? When it is in full. When it is full. You have an engine to keep the moon on track with the telescope. We do. We have a tracking mount. Do have a tracking mount. You got the Celestron 6SE. It's not a bad telescope. I wouldn't mind the 6SE. I got the 4, and then the 8, and the 11. Got 2 of the 8SEs here in the observatory, and then the 11. That's pretty cool. No proof of landing on the moon. That's fine. No one cares about your feelings, honestly. Nobody cares about your feelings at all. Trust me. But you are lucky that they have McDonald's cook job. Don't just kick out Flat Earth. I think he did. Out of Flat Earth. That's best I appreciate it, Tori. Telescope Jupiter. We will. Here in a bit, we'll fly over to Jupiter as well. Originally got a Mead LX200. Very nice. Very nice. Matt is on fire tonight. That's true. Had a rocket bigger than our center V. I meant to land on the moon. Explode on launch pad. That didn't happen. How's the moon cut its hair? Eclipse it. Love it. Weird we had Nikki and Foil Moon. Can't go back. I think it was a lie. I mean, we're going back. I mean, can't go back. We went back 5 times. We're going back again. Cool. Do a whole circle around the moon. We'll try. Let's see if I can pay attention and do it. Let's see if we can do it. Oh, just inside this, until the city center clean. Saying, oh, your tree is too big, dude. It's just a mango tree. Oh, dang. No way. Do you SharpCap for image acquisition? I do. I typically use SharpCap for most things that I do. When we do the deep space stuff, though, we tend to use Nina. So France or the moon? That's Francis. Moon obviously can't. You can't see France from here, yo. Oh man, this kind of nuts they are. Red flag, moon, anything. Cool story, dude. You keep trying to like be like relevant or something, but you only come off as an idiot, like a 2-year-old crying or something. Does the moon have rough edges? It's from the impacts, just a rough moon. There's not a live streams. It'd be nice, honestly, when they do it. It'd be really nice to have a lot more live streaming. The simulation on what would happen at the biggest black hole known in the first collide with the King of Galaxy. Oh, that's crazy. Telescoping Jupiter. Get really exciting without post-processing. I mean, we can get it really exciting. We just need to have the proper camera turned on. We just need to put in the proper camera. Right now, we're not using the proper camera for doing Jupiter. And naturally keep the face of the moon. Twitter's like International Park or something. Do whatever they want. Start settling in the room. Yeah, that's funny. That's so funny. Zoom more, is that possible with your telescope? We can, but zoom actually comes from like putting in different stuff. For example, we got to put in like a 2 times Barlow or 3 times Barlow, or change out the eyepiece and put in different eyepiece. That's how you get zoom on a telescope. Look at the V. What V? Me. Also, a happy planet alignment tomorrow. That is true. It's coming right up. Moon's waxing gibbous to us. What's the Earth phase from the moon's perspective? Same. It seems it's very similar to what we see. What's your favorite thing that you've seen? I don't know. I mean, it's too subjective. I always enjoy the things that I look at. I like to live in the moment. Ever see aliens and AI with stuff? Do you ever see aliens and AI with stuff? I'm not too sure what you mean. Do you ever see aliens and AI with stuff? Yeah, I honestly don't know what you mean. Can you understand what I'm saying? I'm sorry. Can you telescope Mars? Not above the horizon. Mars not above the horizon. Currently not above the horizon. Let me grab a drink real quick, y'all. Give me 2 seconds here. Has man been on the moon? Of course they have. But you're going to go with your feelings rather than facts and evidence, so no one really cares to have that conversation. I've already seen how you're going to go with it. Why try? Why try? At the end of the day, why try? See what I'm saying? Alright, finally got my chat to actually work here. Much better. Can actually use my chat properly. Pull it over here. There we go. Boom. Uranus is getting close to what? Let's see. That's that one. Been on the moon, got that one already. And the moon got hit 3,000 times until they exist. And dude, it's been hit a lot more than that. A lot more. I'm not trying to argue, I'm just asking brother. I mean, there's a lot of evidence that you'd have to go look. Like, it's not my thing to go out and find the evidence for you. So it'd be on you. I would look up, like, India, for example. India's space program and their photography that they took. Or look up China, Russia, Japan, India. We'll give you all this stuff. It's on you to find. Why does our moon not spin? It does spin. It does spin. It does spin. Oh, your tablet ran out of battery, little buddy. Dang. Is that a golf ball? Yeah, that's what it is. It's a golf ball. Pub mission, space race. Yeah, I mean, it ain't hard to go, like, verify evidence or just use your brain a little bit rather than your feelings. Time of day, how many times, your word hit the food, how much does it really protect her? And also what kind of telescope do you got? Because it's very beautiful. At the end of the day, how many times, your words hit the food, how much does it really protect? I'm not too sure what you mean. I think we should check on a filter. I think. Dark Side of the Moon, just a song. What up, Jose? How's it going, brother? How you doing? How's your night? Oh, meteor. How many times is a meteor? So it's very frequent in the Houston. So not just a meteor, but like micrometeoroids, right? So micrometeoroids being objects or particles, I should say, left behind from not meteors, but from asteroids and comets. And they tend to hit the moon a lot because there's no atmosphere to stop it. Right now, it's a relatively calm time. There's not a lot of a stream that we're going through currently until we get to close towards like June. So about June, the middle of the year to the end of the year, it gets hit nonstop. Like every like couple of minutes, it's getting pelted. But the moon field broke because it was down to its last quarter, yeah. It says you have lost all your credibility with that moon comment. We haven't went. Yeah, no one gives a shit about your feelings again. A black hole can break human atoms. Oh, a black hole can do some amazing stuff. Absolutely. Can you see the new moon? Not really. Just means that it's not viewable for us from here. It's too close to the sun. It's very dangerous to do. Tomorrow night, it is said, will be spectacular. Yeah, if you do in the planetary alignment. But kind of go back to that question. Can you see the new moon? Yes, in a sense, yeah. Like when you have a solar eclipse, you're seeing the new moon at that point. Heard about the James Webb Uranus time lapse. I have. I actually checked it out. Really cool. Does it protect Earth? Not really. It's a small object pretty far away. We don't ever see the dark side. It's because dark side ain't a true thing on the moon. It's not a terminology that we use on the moon. That's just a song. It's just a song. We call a body of water on the moon lunacy. Love it. And Pluto will remain as a planet. I can't remember. It is not. It's a dwarf planet. It's a minor planetary system. Are there lizard people living among us in your brain? How about the solar activity? It's been a while, couple months. Honestly, really quiet right now, Heartsy. And how you doing, by the way, Heartsy? Long time no see. Oh my goodness, you guys got chilling in the skies thinking. That's not good. March 2nd, the moon's going to be a blood moon. 3rd, yeah. The morning of the 3rd. The morning of the 3rd. Took in a particle accelerator. Can do funny things. They can. In their own sense. They can. Kind of walk around the moon a little bit. Thinking is always encouraged. I would agree. Using some kind of logic is always encouraging. Oh man. Well, Pluto collided with Jupiter or Saturn. It'd be all bad for Pluto. Cry for a moment. Probably is. Some spots. Yeah. Not show though. It really did. Yeah, it's super quiet right now. It's kind of crazy quiet. So we can be hit by a rock any day. Or any time, any day. I mean, ish. Technically, yeah. Really good idea. Sometimes. Sometimes true. Here's the Apollo 11 landing site, by the way. Looking towards the Sea of Tranquility here, the Bay of Roughness as well. Yo, what up, Matthew? How you doing, bud? Welcome in. Welcome in, welcome in. But the calm before the storm. It's a great question. Honestly, it's a great question. Sadell, how are you? Long time no see. Hopefully you're doing well. It's a good question, though, Heartsy. Great question. Here's the cool thing. I got the radio astronomy stuff set up for the most part. So that'll be interesting. Yeah, it'll definitely be interesting to find out. But we do have the radio astronomy. Some of the antennas are in. I'm still waiting on a few more to come through. Does the moon have hurricanes? It does not. There's no atmosphere, no weather. It gets like solar winds, and that's the only kind of weather you really get. Hi, Johnny. Same distortion using the LX850. Yeah, it's called atmospheric turbulence. If I'm doing something wrong. Nah, you just get atmospheric turbulence. Just your atmosphere. Different things in the atmosphere. We have a really, really windy atmosphere above us right now. Where you saw a portion of nebula with your telescope, yo, it's crazy cool. Type of a planet that orbits a black hole. Yeah, wandering planets do end up orbiting and stuff like that. I've been good. I have been good, Sybil. It's good to see you. Really good to see you. More means light, please. Orion Nebula, I got you. Orion Nebula is really beautiful. Really, really beautiful. Thank you, Cal. Appreciate it, by the way. Thank you so much. 4368 didn't come back around. Didn't see him return into 4379. It may have changed up over time. I would have to look up the data. Let me see if I can pull it up real quick, too. I don't have it open. Let's see what's actually getting ready to come around here. I'll pull it up real quick. If you could go to the moon, would you? I'd love to be on the moon. I don't want to be on a rocket, though, to be honest. I'd love to be on the moon, just don't want to be on a rocket. Yo, Joe, how's it going? I thought you just want to say, I don't have time with a crayon to explain. Hey, Roel, double tap. I appreciate it. Thank you so much, Joe. Thank you so much. Thank you for the love and support. Honestly, thinking that's hilarious. Oh my goodness, that's hilarious. Thank you so much. Honestly, thank you. I want to pull up something here real quick. Let's look at 193 from the SDO. Let me see if I can load the SDO. 193 here. And also we will load the Continuum. Let's see if I can let them load up. I'll try to pull it in. See how the sun looks currently. It's been kind of insanely quiet. Go for it, chillin'. Uh-oh. I know what I want to say here on this. Let's hear it, buddy. Got heaps of data saved. Very awesome. I bet you do. You got enough and had the training. I'd love to go to the moon. Yeah, absolutely. Long time. Oh, yo, what's up, AC? How you doing, buddy? I say I want to be either, but the moon is so peaceful sometimes. That is true. In your next life, can you telescope Saturn? Saturn's really hard to get to right now. It gets out of my view before nightfall. We're pretty much at the end of Saturn season. Imagine when the planet alignment comes and blood moons. Moon even. And the space moons. I appreciate it, dude. It looks like it's going to be cloudy, though, coming right up. Red Kiss RDXG. Got no clue what that is. Some solar winds are still slightly elevated. That is true. Yeah, that's true. How many telescopes do we have? 19. Here at the observatory, we have 19 now. All right, let's see if I got enough data loaded here. I think I do. Well, there is a spot. It looks like there's a spot coming in right now. Let me pull it in real quick. Where is it? I got to pull it in with I don't remember. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. Not that one. How to pull it in? Crud. Let me see if I can get it with this one, maybe. I think it actually is. Here we go. Oh yeah, there it is. Here's the sun. So this is the last 2 days of the sun going through. I'll try to hide the 193. There's that sunspot starting to come around. Finally getting some sunspots. Gives kind of an idea what we're seeing on the sun. It's not like super active though, as you can tell from some of the angles over there. It's still beautiful. There's what the sun looking like tonight, or I should say the last 2 days. Coming together. Let me turn off Continuum real quick and you see 193 data. That's how beautiful that is. Looks like it quit imaging there for a minute. Alright. Go back to the moon. There we go. Not real. Yeah, it's not real at all. It's only images. Taking on the sun. Yeah, not real at all. Cool story. Have some new amazing equipment. Yeah. So that one is actually from the GHOST satellite. That data comes from the GHOST satellite. The sun is amazing. That is true. So rotating north to south. And the sun itself rotates east to west. In our view, obviously. In our plane. Gonna get current. Nah, I doubt it. I highly doubt that. I highly doubt we'll see a Carrington event. We're coming to the end of the solar cycle. Peter says the moon is flat. Well, I'll tell you, man. I see a lot of new buzz. Yeah. Sibel's been with me for a long time. She's been a moderator for me for a long time. The other one chilling in the sky is my son. Can you try to find the flag on the moon? I wish. My telescope's not that powerful, though. Can you see it again, please? What? The sun? I can pull up something back in. Yeah. I can even pull up a little more data if you want to see it. So this is the 193 here. This is the Continuum, or basically like a white light filter. Let's see if I can get the grid out of there. Make it a little cleaner for you to see those. We kind of zoom in a little bit and look at those sunspots that are starting to rotate inwards. But this is going to be the last 2 days worth of data. And then if we want to look at like let's go to the 355. I'll try to pull it in real quick. See if it'll load up. You can start to see the 355 data as well. I pull back. Still trying to load. It's a really beautiful view seeing the 355 data. It'll take a second to load though. Hi Mo, good evening. Yeah, you can see a lot of cool data from these though. That's what the GOES satellite looks at. Looks like it's fully loaded finally. So here you're looking for your like solar flares. You can see some of them. You can see some solar flare in this region, which is good. Like this is coming towards us, by the way. We may see a little bit more activity. There was one up here too. Some popped there, a little bit here. Yeah. All right. Get back to the moon. Go back to the live moon. What is there? That was the sun. That was our sun. Our beautiful star. What Chuck here? The man who broke the sound barrier in 1947. Gotta cause it think it's been Gemini 7 astronaut. Oh, I bet. Have you been paying attention to the rotation alignment this last week? It's totally insane, right? For the most part. For the most part. Hey, what up, Godzilla? How you doing, buddy? One man's Jupiter is another man's Zeus. That's true. I don't know what the phase of solar flare is. That's pretty wild. Obviously, you get into a lot of like friction type physics at that point. I'm going to ask if you could explain supernova. Supernovae is just ionization when you have like a collapse. It depends on the supernova you're speaking of, though. That's a whole different conversation. I appreciate it, Steven. Honestly, thank you. What is this right now? The moon. This one is the moon. We're looking back out at the moon now. This would be our beautiful moon. Where's Jupiter in the sky for you? To my east-southeast currently. Can you zoom in on Venus? Not above the horizon. Venus not above the horizon. Only thing I can get to right now is Jupiter and the moon. Talks about high solar. Got to 1700 during the January event. Yo, that's crazy. Yeah, that's super crazy. Have telescopic camera. Right now we're looking through my telescopes. Earlier when we looked at the sun, that was through the GOES satellite. On the stopwatch, 1 trillion. Yo. That's crazy. How's the blood moon tonight or tomorrow? It's in the 3rd. It's in the morning of the 3rd. The night of the 2nd into the morning of the 3rd. The moon in a wobbly atmosphere. That's true. It's super wobbly tonight. That's really wobbly. We have a lot of wind above us, though. There's a lot of winds above us. Are there any dragons? Not that I've ever seen. Not that I've ever seen. Can we see Jupiter if that's okay with you? We can swing by Jupiter. Yeah, absolutely. We'll swing by it. See if we can locate it here. See if we can find it. Nope, just went to the bottom, it looks like. Let me get us a little bit more brightness, though. Try to get its moon at least come in so we can see where we're at. There's Ganymede right here, by the way. That's going to be Ganymede, Europa, I believe. Jupiter, and then Callisto over there. Here soon we'll see Io starting to come out. Let's see if we can get to here. I'll take out some of the brightness too. See if we can make out some of the banding. Hopefully we got enough light. Let me pull up my phone because I can never see it properly. Let me know if there's enough light. Can you all see it okay? Kind of see the bandings on Jupiter? Jupiter, big red spot. Yeah, absolutely. Yeah, we can. We just got to use a different setup than what we're currently using. Right now we're using a setup basically for the moon, not for Jupiter. Not really set up for doing Jupiter. Astrology book. Figure love. Oh, really? What did you use? I take film, astrophotography, but nothing. That zooms this much. So this is using a dedicated camera. It's the SV405cc camera. It's a dedicated deep space tech gold camera. They are faint. Yep. I think they are a little bit faint. If I'm bringing a little bit of brightness, maybe. At least get the bands to kind of pop up a little better. Hopefully you can see it okay. Without changing out the actual camera. Looks decent though. A farewell to Earth. It's Star Wars style, but based on our galaxy where the Earth is destroyed. Yo, that's crazy. When's the sun gonna explode on us? That's what everybody keeps saying. Not really explode. Doesn't really explode. Kind of just a cosmic puff or a release of its atmosphere. How much do you pay for all the equipment to see Jupiter? Depends on the setup that we're currently using. Tonight's setup, we're pushing about 9,000 roughly on the setup. It looks great for what it is. Yeah, absolutely. How you doing? It's been a hot minute. What up, War? How you doing, buddy? Good evening. Feeding lime last night. It's on the Indian Ocean, Western Australia. Yeah, that's amazing, Harsey. That's amazing. Our sun will eventually become a red giant, then it'll puff out its atmosphere. Do you dream of space? I do not. I really don't dream. Or I don't remember my dreams, I should say. So it always has wild things happening. In a sense, I mean, you consider it explode. But not like an explosion like a Type 2 supernova. Harold says, which star are you looking at? No star. Looking at a planet. A cosmic puff, for the most part, yeah. Cosmic puff. An atmospheric release. Looks like Pluto or something. Mars a ring around Jupiter. You don't see the rings around Jupiter. We can see the bands on Jupiter, but you don't see the 4 rings around Jupiter. Not from Earth. Not from Earth. We see the banding of the zone. And you can see the bands, the 2 lines going across. Those are the bands of Jupiter. And then you got the lighter areas, which we call the zones on Jupiter. High's on the backside right now. It could be. It very well could be. There's something on the... It looks like there's something on it, but that could be the shadow from Io. Kind of looks like the shadow from Io. We zoom in just a bit more. I'm pretty sure it's a shadow from Io. Kind of like on the right side. It looks like the shadow from Io, though. Definitely not the storm. It looks kind of like the shadow from Io. It's hard to make out. Live for free, record this live. Yo, Sabel. Thank you so much, Sabel. Thank you so much, my friend. I appreciate it. Thank you. And cosmic horror stuff. Honestly, no. I don't really get too much of anything, to be honest. This is Jupiter right now. Yep. We're only on YouTube now. That's true. Yep. What about Saturn? Can you see that from your setup? We have been able to do Saturn. We're pretty much at the end of Saturn viewing season now. We're in Jupiter here. Eventually, we're going to be coming up on Mars. So we'll have Mars, a lot of deep space stuff, especially galaxies. We're coming to galaxy season. So we're going to finish off, obviously, Jupiter season. We're going to galaxy season, a little bit of Mars. What kind of does that sound? My accent now. Yep. Yep. Can we see the moons near Jupiter? Thought so. Use the right equipment. We're using the right equipment for that tonight. This is actually the perfect equipment for moons around Jupiter. There's Jupiter, and 3 of the 4 Galilean moons. We'll see the 4th one come out on the right side of Jupiter. It'll be Io. It should be coming out on the right side. Beautiful Jupiter. It's Galilean moons. Quantum now. Time Cosmos. Oh man, Quantum's is a whole different story. And our stars are just Jupiter. We're doing Jupiter or planet Jupiter, and the moon. Uranus, not where I can see it anymore. It's behind trees. Looks like a spaceship. How about the moon? The moon that looks like a spaceship. Which one is that? Which one is that? Which moon looks like a spaceship? Got me on that one. I don't know which one that would be. Can you recognize Titan, the moon of Jupiter? Titan's the moon of Saturn. And yeah, absolutely. I can recognize like Ganymede. Ganymede's on the top left. It's really easy to recognize. It's the largest moon. It's just a little bit bigger than Titan. Was Io closer of the 4? It is. It's very close to Jupiter. Much closer to Jupiter than the other 3 that we see here. Are you still working at 1 a.m.? I don't know, maybe. You want to stay awake until 1 a.m.? My goodness, buddy. I bet your eyes are going to close before then. You ever seen this emoji? Like a soccer ball or something. I can't even tell. It's so small. It almost looks like a soccer ball on my screen. I have no clue what it is. Moon Gama. What? You can see my Destiny 2 character from here. That's funny. You're welcome, Green. Absolutely. 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 Yep, Saturn has Titan, and then you get Triton, which is over by Neptune. Triton's the most distant moon that we can see around our main planets. North Star because it starts a beautiful view. Show the Milky Way. Is that the North Star because it starts a beautiful? Make sure I read that again. Is that the North Star because it starts a beautiful? Can you show the Milky Way? So there's like a lot going on in that conversation. The North Star would be Polaris. It's pretty far from our distance right now. So it is a very beautiful star in its own sense. And can you show the Milky Way? Not quite Milky Way season yet. Telescope we're using tonight, C11. You might work on 1 a.m. probably. You stay up to like 4 a.m. Nice. Where are those for? Jupiter is a large one, and then we got Ganymede on the very top left. Your Ganymede, Europa, Jupiter, and then Callisto on the bottom right. We're the most powerful star explosion light ever reported. I did not. Titan has a thin atmosphere too. It does. It's the only moon that we know of that has an atmosphere. Jupiter's a moon shaped like the ship. Oh, tulips going around it. That's so cool. I have to look up which moon it is. Is that the one that's just like not consistent at all? Has its own like weird rotational path. That's crouching in front of Jupiter right now. Yep. What's my favorite moon? Our moon, by far. But behind that, I would say Io. Io's a really beautiful moon. Io's actually really cool. Io's a really beautiful moon. You got clouds tonight, Fox? Oh. Never. What's up, Trev? How you doing, brother? Can I time out myself? I don't think you can, buddy. The planet has no atmosphere. It has less gravity. It's not necessarily true. Not necessarily true. The gravity itself obviously helps your atmosphere maintain, but you can have a very high gravity location with no atmosphere. What we think those aren't what they are. What we think. I'm not too sure what you mean. Let you check. Okay. Found out Titan had an atmosphere because of where it's passing. Yeah. Got your shin jets up and jets with shit downwind. Yeah, it's really crazy. Can't time out yourself? Dang, buddy. How come there's no stars, but we look with our eyes sometimes? We see thousands. Because we have to take longer exposure. Exposure matters when it comes to like cameras and stuff. For example, Jupiter's going to be stupid bright here, but let me take a little exposure. See how there's a little bit more stars out there. Obviously, Jupiter is super bright, and this is why we bring down the exposure. I'll grab a little bit more, and you'll see some more stars around Jupiter. There you go. I can make out a little bit more stars around in the background anyways. It's all about exposure. All about the exposure. So if you want to look at Jupiter, obviously, and you want to see like the bands, you got to take out a lot of exposure. It's all about exposure, though. Exposure matters. Good for the Voyager pros. Yeah. Gravity and atmosphere are not time. No. You were sharing this. Oh, you're welcome. Absolutely. Absolutely. Stars might be thousands of light years away. Yeah. Absolutely. Absolutely. I was right over in circles. So there's no UFOs or anything because that's what I'll be looking for. I think they're beautiful. I've never seen anything like it, to be honest. What I see is what you see. What I see is what you see. Oh, gee. Good job, Joe. I also grew up with the Viking landers on Mars. Yeah, that's insane, man. I'll be able to say I grew up with the Artemis missions on the moon. The government's hiding something from us, shouldn't we know, right? What could they hide from you? Let me put this in perspective. Do you think the government does a better job than amateur astronomers or astronomers ourselves? Who do you think looks at the sky more? Amateur astronomers, or the government? I think that you have a weird fear of your government in the wrong place, in a sense. It's not really... You're not putting that right aspect. I think you'd have that fear of the government lies to you, obviously. I think that's fair. But thinking that they control the eyes that look up. Wonder how big it is without a storm. Wonder how big it is without a storm. What does that mean? Hey, Baseball, how's it going? How's everything going? a beautiful video. I'm seeing it now. It's gorgeous. By the way, Jupiter has water in its core. Not in its core. We don't see any water through it, but we see a fuzzy core though. Not water. We know there's a little bit of moisture inside Jupiter. Somewhere around like 0.001%. But nobody knows the Apollo. It's always had to join a mission in the 70s, long before the shuttle's docked with MIR. Yeah, that's crazy. I honestly didn't even know that myself. What's on the top bottom of Jupiter? Looks alien-like. So those are moons. We're looking at the moon Ganymede, Europa, and Callisto. What's this, guys? What telescope do you have? The C11 tonight. Using the C11. You think amateurs are a speaker, which makes us question for answers? I mean, everything should be a question for an answer, right? But I can tell you, like, astronomy itself would love to say that they discovered aliens. It solidifies a lot of stuff. The government don't control astronomy at the end of the day. Get Skywatch Dop studying the C11. Oh, no way. C11's alright, it's just too much. It's a little too much. I think the amateurs are seekers. Which makes this question for answers. Sure. I would agree with that. With the best equipment, and just takes their data. Yeah, that's true. That is so true. When does the IO show up? It'll be coming out here quickly. I've seen its shadow just a minute ago, so it probably has another 30 minutes or so. 30 minutes, 45 or so. That's the 11 does any watcher. They are insane. Yeah. No government can actually control knowledge. That is so true. That's way too true. I see a UFO, you always look in the sky. I'm always looking up, and guess what I've never seen? What I see is what you see. Craig from Lee's Summit? No way. Welcome in, Craig. Welcome in, bud. How you doing, neighbor? If you go to the Air and Space Museum in Washington, D.C., you can see a full-scale mock-up of the Apollo-Soyuz mission, the Soviet moon spacesuit. Oh, no way, dude. That's super cool. That's super cool. Nothing's new under the sun, literally. One of your live streams, can you show Uranus? We would have to start it relatively early. It's over near Pleiades. I appreciate baseball. Thanks, man. Your ex-mother-in-law wasn't from Earth. True story. Any mother-in-law's ever from Earth. Can you figure out which one is the biggest star if your exposure? I'm not too sure what exactly you mean. Like, you can measure, but you got to do distance, and you got to do a lot of triangulation and stuff to try to find the biggest star. Hi, Josh. How you doing? Welcome in. How is your night? Because the aliens aren't up there. Oh, they're in Antarctica. I got you. You know what's really cool about Antarctica is the if you ever look it up, look up cube. What is it called? Ice cubes. Look up ice cubes. It measures the Milky Way. Actually, really cool. Because you got to know the government does hide a lot. Of course they do. But I think your mindset's in the wrong place. They obviously hide a lot. But if you think that astronomy is from the government, then you don't have an understanding of what your government does and what astronomy itself is. Most of astronomy is considered to be amateur astronomy, which doesn't have any affiliation to like a professional aspect of things. You like the Andromeda areas there? Yeah, absolutely. Absolutely. Can you go back to the moon? Absolutely, we can. Yeah, we can do that. Yeah, Alex got banned for what he said. That was horrible. That was quite the horrible conversation he said. Alright, let's do it. Let's go to the moon. And we go find a moon. Not only a moon, but let's find our beautiful moon. Get enough brightness here again. We're going to be looking out towards the Sea of Tranquility right here. Got the Sea of Serenity on the bottom side, Sea of Tranquility right there in the middle. And then Sea of Fecundity. Got the Bay of Roughness right there. Sea of Crisis on the far left side. But here's going to be a lot of really beautiful areas. You got the you got the Apollo 11 landing site. Got the Apollo 15 in the view here on the very bottom. You got 17 and 16 on this view. 3i Atlas left our solar system. Not just yet. It's on its way out though. Private picture for our own pleasure. My friend, thank you. Nice. Where you live at near Kansas City. Look up what Roman ice cube. The ice cube. Can you see the geostationary satellites? We can. Actually, they're sometimes annoying. Yeah, sometimes they are annoying. Do you think gas giants, micro moons count as real moons? I mean, moon is a moon, right? Like, the definition of a moon itself is an object that orbits a planet. Micromoons are relatively smaller objects. They're not stabilized yet, but a moon itself would be a long-term stabilized natural satellite that orbits around its host planet. So mountains like Mammoth Lakes. Yeah, absolutely. By the way, there's a type of dwarf star that is called a black dwarf. That is correct. That's what eventually and by the way, a black dwarf itself is the core that's left behind after a star goes into the red giant. But we go to the white dwarf after that, and then the black dwarf. Be the end phase, basically, for our star. Can the moon ever explode? It cannot. There's nothing to it. Like, when you talk about the physics of the moon, there's nothing there that causes it to explode. So excited, spring training is starting. Oh no, that's awesome, man. That's super awesome, buddy. What's the black dots on that shot across? Sometimes you see satellites go through. It could be like a little tiny black dot goes relatively fast. Sometimes you get balloons that go through the view, airplanes, birds, bats, stuff like that. Outside, telescope. Alright, sounds good, man. Sounds good. Absolutely awesome. Do not explode the moon, that's right. Definitely don't do that. From France. That's awesome. Glad to have you in, by the way. Glad to have you. Definitely glad to have you. A good time for a nice drink here. Hopefully I got all the comments up behind. It's changing the Artemis program. They plan to do a yearly launch, and that would be interesting. I don't know if we'll get to yearly. It'll definitely be interesting. Where are we at? Kansas City, Missouri. White dots on the city lights. Now, the white dots that you see are younger impact regions on the moon. How do you get Nightbot? Nightbot is from their website, Nightbot. You actually get it from the website, buddy. You can use the commands like ! Discord. Don't bring it up. Not just for human beings. Okay. It's true the sun will expand and engulf Mercury and Venus. That is true. It definitely will do that. Whether it engulfs Earth or not, that's a tough one. We're probably still quite a ways away, somewhere 4 to 6 billion years from now. We're about halfway through our lifespan of the sun. If you ever watch an old TV show, Space 1999, the moon is pushed out of orbit into deep space caused by a nuclear explosion. That's insane. Dude, that'd be so much energy, though. Have you ever captured Starlink satellites? Yeah, sometimes we do. They're what? I must have missed it. I just said a lot of different things. This isn't a live feed. What kind of live feed do you want to see? Are you an astronomer? No, I'm a toenail picker. I'm a toenail chewer. This isn't a live feed. What exactly you want to see? To know that it's a live feed. I don't know what you want to see. Do you have recommendations to photograph ladies? You want really fast telescope. You want a fast, high F ratio telescope. To like f3, f4. It'd be a really good area. And a nice amount, obviously. Hey, how's it going, Dennis? Welcome in. Can you telescope see the biggest crater on the moon? So it can't. It's at the South Pole. Let's move over towards the South Pole here. Let's kind of go towards the South Pole real quick. We go the right way. So it's at the South Pole. It's Akin Basin. It's about 1,600 miles wide, but it's at the South Pole. We just can't see it. It's roughly about 7 miles deep. Here's where we're looking out towards the South Pole of the moon. Denny from Arizona, welcome in. Draw your name on the moon, then? How do you draw your name on the moon, then? Can you zoom on the horizon of the moon so we can get any movement of satellites? Yeah, the way to really get satellites, though, you kind of come over a little more. Got to do a little bit more stuff. We don't have enough gain to capture satellites, but let's try it like this. If you want to get enough, if you really want to spot like bright satellites, and this is a bad time to capture satellites in the middle of the night, you'd usually look kind of like this. Near the edge, and if you want to capture them in like going in front of the moon, then you want to do a little bit closer, either like sunset or sunrise, like an hour and a half roughly, right after the sun sets to about an hour and a half after sun rises. Have time or the gosh, explain right. What time is it there, lad? Here right now it is 10:58 p.m. Claim that spot right there. Gonna show everything the planet's alignment tomorrow. I think we're gonna have clouds starting tomorrow. We have a bunch of ice coming through, snow coming through here in the Kansas City region. Looks like it's going to be all bad, even for the blood moon. Moon's a big balloon replica. Okay, cool. At least it exists. A lot more than what we can say about your brain. What is our moon orbit Earth the equator? Well, like Jupiter's moons do. So they don't. Jupiter's moons don't exactly orbit near the equator. Much closer, obviously. There's a lot of gravitational influence there, but they don't. But everything has its own plane of how they rotate around. Where's the Apollo landing site, sir? Where we were just kind of looking. Let's go back over there. Don't eat green crayons. That's true. That is true. So right here, that dark mass right in the center, this is going to be the Sea of Tranquility. Let's see if I can actually find my annotation and draw right here. See if I can use it. Oh wait, you know what? It's not even above my sharp cap instance. I got to put it up here. Right there. Okay, now we should be able to use it. Click interact. Alright, so the sea, this is Sea of Tranquility right up in here. This is the Bay of Roughness right here. And this little tiny impact there, if you look just down and over, then you got the Apollo 11 landing site right here. Out here would be like 16. You got 15, you got 17 out in here. With the different landing sites that we can see here. Clear it all up. Please go to the sun. It's nighttime. It's nighttime, bud. Or the moon base mission have been canceled. No, it's just slowed down. Artemis 2 has to be worked on. Where's the Atlas in the sky? It's on its way out of our it's on its way out of our solar system. Planetary event would be the 28th. Have you ever spotted anything out of the ordinary? Honestly, no. Interstellar comet that will not return. That is true. We only get to see 3 high Atlas that comes through the one time. By the time tomorrow, the planets, and it's going to be from when the sun sets until the sun rises, all night long. If you believe we landed on the moon, why haven't we been done again? It did been done again like 5 times. Never been any green star, any purple star color. That is true. I mean, in a sense, our star is green. Like, it emits higher in the green spectrum than it does any other color. But we don't classify as green, obviously. It's classified as yellow. Live presentation classes with that. Sometimes. That's how you can write your name on the moon, I guess. Sounds good, Stephen. Have an amazing night, brother. Have an amazing night. Love your little. Nice. If you can focus on the sun, it would damage your equipment. We got solar filters to be able to do it. The sun that you just showed. Oh, you want to see that again? I got to open it back up. We can pull up the helium. Yeah, just a minute, buddy. How far away is Voyager now? I couldn't tell you exactly how far away it is. It's out there, though. It's getting close to like a day away. Let me see if I can get this all done here. There. What do we want to look at in the sun? 171 spectrum, maybe? We'll put the 171 spectrum. What do you think 3i Atlas was in your opinion? Comment. It was just a comment. From all the data that we've seen, just a comment. Alright, let it load up real quick, and then we'll be able to look at the sun. We'll pull in the continuum, and then we'll also look at the 171. See how cool it is. Looks like we should have the data. Here you go, bud. Which one was it? Oh, there it is. See if I can get it big enough on the screen, though. Gonna be able to get it big enough on the screen. Move it down even. See if I can get it bigger. Crud, maybe. There you go. There's the sun. This is the last 2 days of the sun. So let me check out the continuum real quick. This is 131 data from the GHOST satellite. And then if you want to see the continuum, it's really beautiful. You can see there's a lot more activity finally coming our way. It was really calm for a long time. Go to the continuum real quick. This is the white light view of the sun. You can see these sunspots starting to finally come back around. It was clean. There was like no sunspots facing Earth at all for about 3 days. Pretty wild. Pretty dang wild. Alright, let me get that out of there. Bring that back in. There we go. Looks hella spicy. It does. It really does. Yeah, the sun's pretty wild. It is definitely wild. But here's our beautiful moon. Let's kind of zoom back in a little bit. We're going to go over towards the South Pole and look at some of the impact craters. Look small. Yeah. They're like 3 to 4 Earth. The sunspots themselves. The sunspots can be massive. The one that we just seen that's coming towards us is pretty big. It was 3 to 4 roughly. It's a relatively big one. Yeah, Ghost does a good job at capturing the sun. It really does. I wonder who's watching us. That's a good question. The clouds, but it looks cool when the jets coming in for landing. Oh, I bet, Trev. Yeah, dude, I bet it does. I'm not a professor. You didn't answer my. I'm not a professor, so. Is it flipping this year? We're coming to the end of it. Yep. We are coming to the end of it. On the side of the fence as we speak. Oh yeah, I bet it is. That's so funny. Hi, Antonio. How you doing, bud? I think we'll see 6 planets tomorrow. We have your telescope out observing. We're going to have clouds tomorrow. Looks like we're going to be clouded up. All clouds. This is going to be Copernicus crater that we're looking at currently, by the way. Right nebula visible, so can we see it? It is behind a bunch of trees for me. Already back behind trees. Got to get to it a little bit earlier right now. This is the Bay of Showers. You got Plato crater on the far left. Got the Bay of Rainbows on the bottom side. Kind of looks like a shark took a bite out of it. Can you guys see that? Kind of looks like a shark was hungry and said, "Can you munch?" But what's really cool about it is look at the mountain range that goes right around the Bay of Rainbows. Actually, very interesting. Think about how it rang like a bell. It just doesn't have a lot of moisture inside of its crust. Nothing. So it's like resonating at the end of the day. I don't appreciate this so much. I appreciate it. I'm glad to have you. Definitely glad to have you. What can anyone see the flag on the moon? There have been a lot of photographs of the flags from the moon. You have to look up stuff like from India, Japan, Russia, China. The ones that, like Russia, USSR, for example. The ones that we were in the race with that took the photographs as well to confirm. Any cool things about the moon? I think there's a lot of amazing things about the moon. I think one of the coolest things about the moon for you, little buddy, is the fact that the moon leaves us. It is leaving us about 1.437 inches per year, which is not too much. It's not too far, but it does leave us. The moon went from boiling rock to ice cold so fast that it's not as insane. Give me money. So there's a lot. It's not quite ice cold inside. It's still relatively warm near its core. Whether there's still any lava near its core or not, that's questionable. But yeah, there's not a lot of moisture inside the moon's crust itself, so you don't like it's a resonating issue. Thanks, Just Enemy. I appreciate it, bud. Or just a name. Dang. Moon mountains are pretty wild. Some of the moon mountains are really wild. Here's the cat on the moon. Can anybody see the cat on the moon? Let me bring it up just enough. I'll bring out some of the brightness too. Got way too bright. Get just enough brightness. Anybody see the cat on the moon? See if I can annotate it. Alright. Cat on the moon right here. Here's its head. Got the ear. Got the other ear. Come down, a little foot here, a little foot here, comes around, there's a little foot here, a little foot here, comes up, and there's like a tail somewhere around here. I can't see it very well. Oh, you know what? I think the tail's actually right there. And the neck right there. There's a cat on the moon. The cat on the moon. Anybody ever wonder if there's a cat on the moon? There's a cat on the moon. It is upside down, that's true. It is upside down. It is upside down. Alright, buddy, sounds good. I'll see you in the morning. I'll see you in the morning. Have a good night, bud. Somebody ate rye bread or something, maybe. The rabbit on the moon. The rabbit on the moon's an interesting feature. It's more of an Asian feature, though. People in Asia typically see the rabbit on the moon, where here we see what's called the man on the moon. Let's kind of come over here a little bit more. And then we got to take down a lot of brightness, because that's just way too much brightness. There we go. Let's see what we can find. Let's see a cool feature we can get over here. Copernicus crater. Castle Moon. Yeah, with Cattle Moon, I got you. Yeah, Copernicus. This is going to be Tycho right here. That beautiful impact crater would be Tycho. It's kind of the belly button on the moon, essentially. Looks like the belly button on the moon. Especially if you're outside looking at it during like a full moon. More like Asia, Russia, etc. Then they got, dang. Well, it's Mr. Bradley. Thanks, Space. I appreciate it, buddy. Good to have you tonight. Meown. Nice. Always seen a rabbit sitting down my whole life. That's interesting. I got you. That's how the harbor was showing us the bunny. Yep. There's the bunny on the moon. Can you believe they put a man on the moon? Man on the moon. Sorry, couldn't resist. That's funny. Space has all kinds of animal critters. Really, there is. Yep. Moon is definitely an alien base. Okay, cool story. Take care, man. Love from New Zealand. Appreciate it, Jay. Have an amazing night, bud. Or have an amazing day for you. One section looks like Charlie Brown to me. Yeah, kind of like that to me too. I was figured Earth compared to the moon about 4 times the amount, 4 times the size, I should say. You know when Apophis can be seen 2029, roughly. I've looked up at the moon. Like it's almost 100 of us are looking at the same thing all over the globe. Yeah, absolutely. ETA plans all lined up tonight. Tomorrow night would be the best night to do it. Can you go back to the bright part? Which bright part? The moon itself is relatively bright. Which bright part? I'm not sure what you're speaking of on the bright part. When does the new mission head up there? It's a good question. Hopefully before April. April to May. The name of the moon is Luna. Actually, the name of the moon. I'm a big fan of space and I love it. Yep. Luna would be the Spanish term for the Spanish name for the moon itself. Hey, what up, Jody? How are you doing? Good to see you. Heading to bed now. All right, have an amazing night. Thanks for hanging out with us. Have an amazing night. Hi, Lori. Good evening. The sky night is cloudy. Finally let me in. Oh, no way. It started like this. That is, I got you. How's your night, Lori? Looks like lights coming out of the moon. Nah, just younger impact regions. I can show you. Like, you see how bright these look? We'll kind of check it out real quick. So the way the camera picks it up is kind of funny. Let me kind of come in a little bit closer to. So what it is, these are a little bit brighter than the remaining part of the moon. We pulled out some of the brightness. You can see the difference in it. If I really pull it in, it makes it look super bright. It's just how the camera picks it up, though. If I pull that out and then we pull this in a little bit, and it makes it look kind of wild too, in its own sense. But it's just younger debris. So mostly from impacts on the moon itself. Hasn't had time for the solar winds, the radiation, to kind of calm them down, bring out the brightness of them. They're beautiful though, aren't they? Definitely gorgeous. See if I can pull out some of the contrast here and you can really make them out like that. These are younger impact regions here that you see on the moon. It's interesting, ain't it? Only can see one side of the moon. That's true. That is true. What side of the moon are we looking at? Right now we're looking towards almost the central part of the moon. It's kind of like Copernicus area. There's Sea of Tranquility on the left side, but we're looking out almost to the central part of the moon right here. This would be like the South Pole in this direction. Now you probably don't have enough brightness, so get a little bit more brightness up. I'll see a little better. There you go. And the beautiful Tycho impact crater. Good cheese. Hi, Sunny. Welcome in. How's everything going? This live it is. Yep. You're looking at the moon lives. Can we see series? Not yet. It's not in our view currently. Must be we can land on it. Why is it see through? Is it solid rock or solid like a hologram? I don't know if you're asking just like that, generally ask, but it sounds like your mind's already made up, so it's not even worth answering, to be honest. Honestly, not even worth answering, because it sounds like no matter what you're told, you're just going to go off on your own little tangent. Picking class tonight, yep. We do got clouds starting to push in on us tonight, at some point. At some point they will. Plasma, not the moon. True that the Earth is tilted because millions of years ago, space rock hit it. It's a good question why we're tilted. That's a really good question. There's no true defined answer why we have that tilt. Honestly, don't have a defined reason. Old splashes are mesmerizing. I love it. Old splashes are mesmerizing. That's funny. I love it. I love how you said that. The old splashes are mesmerizing. They really are. Like, especially when you look at like the South Pole right now. The amount of impact craters here. There's just so much going on here. I couldn't even tell you how many impact craters we have in this region. Anybody want to count them real quick for me? Let me know how many impact craters we have on the moon right here. Be a great question. How many impact craters can you guys count? Really good question. Is there an eclipse coming up soon? On the 3rd, morning of the 3rd. So they have never gone to the moon. We have gone to the moon. So shakiness from the camera telescope, or is there distortion from the atmosphere? A little bit of both. So you have a little bit of the movement of the telescope. We have some high winds here right now, but then we also have the atmosphere because of the high winds, especially out there, high winds, causes a distortion in the view. Source system divine. We'll refer to. I mean, that's the way you want to see it. That's the way you want to see it. Yeah, but we have a lot of winds here. I can actually hear some of the objects in the observatory kind of being blown around a little bit here and there. Trevor, Tennessee is more clear. It's been in for 2 months. Can't believe it. It was 63 today. Yo, heat wave. That's insane. That is insane. I haven't watched and listened to Roger Spears' theory on the planet. I have not. Like why the side always faces Earth? Because of gravity. It's not about why, but how. Gravity keeps its attraction to us. There's a gravitational bulge on the moon itself. It actually kind of is pulled out towards us, and it's how much gravity influence we have with the moon. Same the moon has with us itself. What kind of telescope? What magnification? And the magnification right now we're probably pushing like 250. Telescope is a Celestron C11. There's a star that is measured to be older than the known age of the universe. That is true. It's highly locked up. Oh, you're welcome, Diane. Absolutely. 60 degrees on the Oregon coast. Yo, that's crazy. That's really nice. Yep, that's really nice. More Gleep lives there? Nice. Yeah, highly locked moons are very common. They're very common. Make a typo, my hours are shot tonight. I'm blinked in hours, I'm guessing. Yo, put some like eye drops in. Runscape. I don't even know what Runscape is, dude. How could a star be older in the universe? It's just measured that way. The thing when it comes to like the age of stuff, you can only do it based on your knowledge and your measurements, right? So the star in question, I think it's measured like 14.3 billion years old, which means that there's an error somewhere. Is the universe actually older, or is the star itself just not acting the way the star should act, and it's getting measured older? That's a good question. It's because you don't have like a true define, you just have your best knowledge. How do astronauts get through the radiation belt surrounding our planets? Through the radiation belt pretty quickly in a thing called a rocket. Pretty easy to do when you're in a rocket. How do you microwave stuff in the microwave? What kind of telescope do you need to see the moon like that? Honestly, not too much of a telescope. Like you can use binoculars. This is a big telescope that we're using tonight. It's relatively large for even doing the moon. But a good pair of binoculars are amazing for the moon. In the universe, there must be in there. They're definitely going to be in there. Wherever we are, we're mentioning we want to be here. Inside, self, outside, buddy. Inside, self, outside, buddy. Got no clue what you mean. Manhattan, Kansas, home of the Kansas State Wildcats. Yo. I think KU's better. What's up, Tom? How you doing, man? We're in Kansas City. My brother works for KU. So I kind of got a root for KU. Didn't the planet line to start? Sure. Yeah, that's a really nice telescope. Really beautiful telescope. Get a like this for helping to sleep. Oh, that's awesome. That's so cool, mountaintop. That's so cool. Jace, what's up? How's it going? Make sure I got the rest of here. I have to count a little. 150 of them. Yo, it's crazy. Okay, sounds good, Sibel. Have an amazing night. Thanks for hanging out with us tonight. You don't think that we're spinning like they say? Okay, cool. Who's they? Not sure who they is. Who you referencing there? You're in Kansas City too. Oh, no way. Welcome in. Good to have you. You know that place, Ross? Yeah. Can't wait for people to start establishing moon bases. It'd be interesting. Eye drops are sitting on the counter. How do you eye drops? Ah, yeah. On telescope to the laptop to the sky. I haven't been so happy really. Clouds are becoming my yeah. 302,812 impact craters. That's crazy. Moon's just moon is not just planets, it's like humans because have a life. Yeah. What kind of telescope is it? This is a Schmidt Cassegrain telescope. It's 11-inch SCT from Celestron. When can you see other planets? We can see Jupiter right now. Hey, baseball, welcome back, Ben. Welcome back. We can see Jupiter currently. It's the only planet that we can actually spot currently. We don't have much more time with it either. It's going to be going behind trees here soon. Be running behind trees. Grab this here quick. Right. We're almost out of winter. Can you guys believe that? Winter has came and winter is going to pass real soon. Getting to the end. How these circles out on the surface of the moon were created by meteorite impact, mostly from meteors, asteroids, comets, stuff like that. What are we checking out right now? The moon, hanging out the moon currently. This is the south side of the moon. So our moon on the larger scale size compared to other moons in our on the smaller ish. It's the 5th largest moon here in the solar system, but it's the largest moon when you compare it to the size of the body that it orbits around. But it's the 5th largest moon. Then the planets line up. Sorry, they are aligned. The moon. It is the moon. Yes, only one time spotted a mysterious speck watching the moon like this. Cool. Music you choose is perfect. I appreciate that. Happy spring is coming. It is. It is on its way up. Can you explain the wobble of the image? The atmosphere. Atmosphere and the winds blowing through the heat, right, and stuff like that. Turbulent. February 28, 2026. Some planets will line up. Yep. Winter can be, peace out. I've counted 450 facts on that. It's crazy. What is named this color in English? White. That'd be white. The moon. Can I see the planets from one of the 4 corners of the U.S.? Yeah, absolutely. You can see Jupiter right now. Only as a certain moon created by meteorite impacts. Meteors, asteroids, comets, stuff like that, yeah. Mercury not above the horizon. Where's the flag located? Which one? There's several flags on the moon. If you're talking about the landing flags, we got 6 of them from the landings. If you're talking about the Apollo 11, we can go over and look out in that direction. Has the moon been recently hit by an asteroid or something? In living memory? Yeah. There's captured that were recorded. I've never actually captured one myself, though. Hey, Little Red, how's it going? Long time no see. Early morning, but pretty moon. I'm glad to see you. Get some rest. Make sure you're getting enough rest. Can we see landing sites? I can show you the landing site. We can't see nothing in it, obviously. We don't have that kind of telescope. Really, is the moon really made out of cheese? Yeah, that's what it is. Apollo 11 landing site? Yeah, we can run over there. We can go over to the Sea of Tranquility. Get us lined up here a little better. That dark mass here on the top side, this is Sea of Tranquility. Let me see if I can annotate again. We'll draw it out. Interact. There we go. And so this one is the Sea of Tranquility right here. This one right here. And then you got this little impact crater. That's a Bay of Roughness. Sea of Fecundity's up here. Sea of Serenity's down here. But right here, about here, the Apollo 11. You got 17, and then 15, 16's way out here in that direction. Do you really think there's a sediment on the dark side of the moon? No. No, there's a lot of high definition photographs taken on the far side of the moon. 4.5 billion year old chitter. Dang. I went down to school. Oh, no, I got you. I might have my late nights this spring. Well, it's a great night. That's amazing. That's super awesome. That is super awesome. And items going to be Mercury, Venus, Jupiter, Saturn, Uranus, and Neptune. Very nice. For really good, you can get Mars in there right when the sun gets ready to come up. Love Pictionary, that's funny. One time there was a huge burst of light in my town. The entire sky was blue. What was it? You probably had a meteor go through. Why isn't there for a 9 line? Not really. You gotta be really good at what you're doing if you want to capture Mars right now. Living near cheddar and some say, oh, no way. I agree, the moon is made for cheese. Space age cheese. I'm on the other side of the moon right now. In a long chair in my gate. Nice. Pluto too? I mean, you could get Pluto. You definitely could get Pluto. It's over by Saturn. Right after the sun sets. Just got back from the hospital. No way. Hopefully you're doing well. Hi, Kathleen. How are you doing? That's close. You can zoom in. We can zoom in a little bit closer. We're not going to get any different resolution. We're just doing digital zoom right now. Come back over towards like Tycho. I'll zoom in a little bit more here. You get like true resolution. You got to use different like eyepieces, Barlow, stuff like that. You get true resolution. Kind of bring it over here. It's going to be Tycho impact crater here. This is about 53 miles wide, 2.5 miles deep. 108 million years old. Really beautiful impact crater. Hi, Easy. How you doing? Welcome in. There's a secret base on the dark side of the moon. I think the government or some other country would be happy to point out. Oh, yeah, absolutely. Anyone who wants to go to Mars is crazy. I would almost agree. Get that, but like 3 times a year, that's insane. That's not good. Man and sun in the sky at the same time, does that mean no one in Australia can see there? It depends on where your location is in Australia and where your location is in the United States. Welcome back again, baseball. Welcome back again. But yeah, this is going to be a beautiful Tycho impact crater here. Kind of the belly button of the moon. Bring down a little bit of brightness. See that little peak in the center? It's called a central peak. You see Timo footprints on the moon. Gotcha. What's in the middle of that crater? Yeah, central peak. That's where the impact would have actually occurred. This one's roughly about like 6 to 8 kilometers wide impactor. So you get a lot of debris goes upwards, or like a kind of like if you drop like a marble or something in a cup of water and watch it, you'll see like that little blip come up right in the center. That kind of occurs during these impacts. Some of the debris also can dig in if they don't just disintegrate. It can kind of dig in and kind of push back a little bit, but it's quite the little bit of a mountain right in the center of the impact crater itself. The impact crater is more of a secondary effect. It comes from seismic waves, which causes it to kind of blow outwards and create that beautiful rim on the edge here. It's a complex rim when we look at the Tycho crater, obviously. But that would be basically where the impact occurred, is where that central peak is. Would that be considered the most well-known crater? Probably very close to it. Probably very close to it. It's very easy to spot, especially during like a full moon. Belly button ring, yeah. Hair shorter than Monkey Punch. I have not. I'm gonna ask you gravity. Guess that's the last show to be asking. We don't get hit so much. I mean, we kind of do. We just burn them up in the atmosphere. When you see meteors or shooting stars, what you're seeing is the same things that hit the moon, but they burn up in our atmosphere. The moon itself don't have an atmosphere, so they tend to hit it, tend to impact the moon. It's kind of a common occurrence on the moon. Anyone see there's waves on the moon like water? I can see that we have an atmosphere above us that causes distortion. Tycho crater is the most visually prominent. It is, absolutely. What eyepiece are you using? None. We're using a dedicated camera right now. This is the SV405cc. It's a tech cold camera. This one is mostly made for doing like deep space photography. Mostly for deep space photography, the one that we're using. Yeah. Like if we want to go capture like a galaxy, we could. We could actually go out and look at a galaxy right now. And Chino came up to me. Obviously it's for a reason, because it's something just doesn't feel right. I'm back in the channel. It came up to me, but obviously it's for a reason, because I had no clue what you're saying. First time here watching this and saying, I'm glad to have you. Definitely glad to have you. How come we don't see the so-called millions of satellites? Because you got to do longer exposure to capture really small, faint objects. We can see a lot of satellites out there, and we tend to. We actually tend to see a lot of them. But with this kind of brightness in the background, you normally don't see them too much this late at night. Yeah, Penny, welcome in. Guys want to go capture a galaxy real quick? Want to see what a galaxy looks like? They are teeny tiny. They are teeny tiny. Let me pull our contrast back here a little bit. Yo, what up? Want to see a galaxy? Andromeda we can't get to. I can get to, we can go and look at, here, let me zoom out real quick too. Get the full zoom here. We can go look at the Whirlpool galaxy. get a full zoom out here. Most we can actually see with this camera. Let's see a galaxy. They're really cool. We can definitely do that. Blood moon is coming up. We're lucky. We can see the moon getting bitten like an apple. Are those all the all critters? There's a lot of them, yeah. Sombrero. I wish I could do sombrero right now. Long time for sombrero. Let's go to M51. Messier 51. The Whirlpool Galaxy here. Let's go for it. We're flying across the sky. Grab a little bit of light here too. Kind of slow it down. Get some of the stars to go through our trail, hopefully. See if we capture any stars going through. Show Mars not above the horizon. Oh, you're welcome. Absolutely, QC. Absolutely. Chris wants to know what eyepiece. No eyepiece, just a dedicated camera. I think I told him though, didn't I? Pretty sure I told him. Alright, let's see what we got here. Let's take a photo. See if we can find these stars and get us aligned. Like a 4-second photo should be good. There are some stars. Let me connect to the telescope on this computer. Actually, I see it on the bottom. So we're really close. We're actually not that far away. Tools and place off and resync. Alright, it's going to pull it right in the center for us. Let it kind of update. You'll start to see it. I don't know how well you guys can see it though. It's relatively faint. Let it do another photo. If you guys can't see it, anybody has enough brightness on their phone. We'll actually capture it though here. Let it calm down for a minute. We turn up a lot of brightness. You can hardly see it, but you can see the two galaxies right here. We're going to grab this though. Let me make sure we got our brightness up properly. It looks like we do. Should be good there. Let me pull the gain out. We're going to go like, I don't know, 160 or something. Do like a 30-second photo and we'll capture it here. Do a live stack. This live stack's pretty cool. So you can see like right here, these yellow bars. Let me change the histogram up so it gives us more brightness. In the first part, you got the black level. This is the mid level of the histogram, and then you got the white level. So we'll see what all that is. Just grab. I'll grab this bar, move it all the way out of the view. You guys don't have to see it too. But this is a really, really beautiful galaxy that's going to come through. Oh yeah, this is a really beautiful galaxy. Really beautiful. Interesting. I'm looking at the moon. Light been adjusted from what exactly you mean, David? We gotta adjust the gain or the ISO and then the exposure time. Like right now we're doing 30-second photo. So when it comes through, which it looks like it just did, let's grab it, line it up. There it is right there. You can see the galaxy there. A little bit of star trail. So we're not doing a very good job at tracking it, but you can make out the galaxy here. And this is gonna be the Whirlpool Galaxy. You can see the interaction between the two. Eventually they're gonna end up merging. Whirlpool is one of your favorites. Yeah, absolutely. Mine too. It really is. Just a really beautiful galaxy. That's what the Whirlpool Galaxy looks like on just a really quick run. Nothing too fancy unless you want to do guiding and take a lot of exposures, clean it up. It looks really good. Whirlpool. This one is the Whirlpool. Someone's probably trying to do the same thing with our galaxy. Maybe. It is like a snail, yeah. Remember the movie with the snail? The snail that, the racing snail? What's it called? Turbo? A little bit of turbo. This is what it looks like on a single 30-second photo, by the way. It looks like we have some really faint or thin clouds right now. I'm kind of pulled in a little more. That's a single 30-second photo. That's actually a better photo than what we just had, so we can actually stack that one. Let's see if it will. Let me clear this other one out. Probably get a better photo. There it is. That's a little bit better. I can see the stars ain't all like taking off doing their own thing. Let's try and zoom in a little bit. Ain't that cool though? Really beautiful galaxy. How many stars in that galaxy? I don't know. On this one, I don't remember. Don't have that on the top of my head. Milky Way, Andromeda will collide. Maybe 50% chance. There's a 50-50 chance it will collide with Andromeda. Andromeda is a really beautiful galaxy. Our galaxy has about 200 to 400 billion stars, where Andromeda has roughly about 400 to 800 billion stars, so it's quite a bit larger. Has an estimated 100 billion stars. There you go. It's a relatively small one then. Relatively small. Mars Vati companion, that's a NGC 5195, interacting gravitationally with M51. Cosmic tug of war. Enhance those dramatic spiral arms. Amazing. Love it. Good way to explain it right there. 100 billion in the Whirlpool. pretty wild. And taking a picture of ours, yeah. Yeah, it'd be really awesome. They're probable to have life there. I would say so. I'd say it's possible. Classic grand design spiral galaxy. Yeah. They're well defined. Something around it. Not surprised with this clean. Yeah. It's very beautiful. Very beautiful. It's a lot like what you'd almost see with our galaxy. An adventure it would be. Yeah. An adventure it would be. Alright, so let's do it. Let's take us out of there. Let me speed the camera back up here. I'll just take like a 2-second photo. You can see how hard it is to capture this. There you go. Like, it's really not a very bright target at all. Take out the brightness, and that's what it looks like. It's really faint. Speed it up and more in the video mode, like we're gonna do 130. So we're like DVD quality at this point. There's nothing. You know, you can kind of see them there. It's so hard to see. Really hard to see them. But let's go. Let's get back over there. Let's get back to it. And we across the sky we go. We gotta jump from the west side of the pier back to the east side of the pier now. We get back over to where we're going. See, the Bubbles variable nebula. The Bubble Nebula is very interesting. Not in my sky right now. One of the best things that I could probably get to right now is probably the Owl Nebula. Owl Nebula would be one of the better ones. Hubble, so yeah, Hubble's variable. I got you. Cloudy, funny. DVD quality, yeah. About 30 frames per second. Here we go. Back to Jupiter for a minute here. Hang out with Jupiter and its moons for a minute. Haven't looked at it in a minute. Air captured supernova, which looked at remnants of them. There we go. Nebula looks like an eye, yeah. A lot of the planetary nebulas kind of look like eyes. Jupiter and 3 of its beautiful moons. The 4th one should be coming out here quickly. I didn't look it up though, but I know it should be coming out here quickly. Actually, is it coming out right now? You guys see that like little kind of protruding spot right there, or no? Or just my eyes? Kind of looks like it's coming out, but kind of, yeah, it looks like it is. Looks like it's getting ready to come out right now. See, it looks like a little nose on the top left. Little bulge, yeah. Hi, Chair Blue, how's it going? How's your night? So now we get to see the 4th moon from Jupiter here. Oh, do you guys see that go through? No way. Do you guys see that? Tell me if you've seen that or not. Someone was asking about satellite earlier, and there was one right there. That went by super fast. I don't know if you guys seen that or not. That one was fast. Very NASA's Europa mission. Or Europa mission. Seems a little late, yeah. Can you see Pluto sometimes? And not now, though. It's not in our view. Oh, that satellite come through. Yeah, it was so fast. Very Ruben is amazing, I would agree. Absolutely is. It is amazing. Yeah, that satellite was crazy fast. Yeah, but there comes Io. You can see the moon Io coming out right there on Jupiter. Watch how fast the moon actually comes out. It's actually really spreading. Let me do a better zoom here. Let's actually zoom in a little proper. Like that. Make a new region of interest here. See it a little bit cleaner. Line us up a little better in the telescope. There we go. I'll see if I can get the moons to be a little bit more pointy too. We'll try to focus them a little bit. See which way we need to go. Must be the moon Europa on the top left here. Looks like the moon Europa. It's probably about the best I'll get right there. Check it out. Watch how fast this comes out. Truly stunning how fast things are moving in the cosmos. Stellar, that is true. Yeah, that is true. Right now, C11 telescope. We're in the C11. Spit out Io, yeah. That's so funny. And bring out some of the See if that helps us any. I don't know if it will or not. Can you guys see it better? No. I'm trying to make it easier to see it. There it is. I think you gotta see it a little better. You're excited for March? Oh yeah? We are moving fast. Yeah, everything's just really moving fast. Really moving fast. I think a crazy thing, like just 10 minutes of looking at this, you'll see like, whoa, no way. I think that's what's crazy about it. My science are starting to kick up a little bit too. Like the blood moon coming up, yep. What's this about? Astronomy. Right now we're looking at Jupiter and a few of its moons. The one coming out from in front of Jupiter here is going to be the moon Io. If I dim the light, we obviously won't see the moon Io. We got to have enough brightness to get the moon Io visible. Zoom in further. We can do a little bit more zoom. Strawberry moon stuff, yeah. Strawberry moon would be like a name of a moon. Blood moon is the occurrence that you see during the total lunar eclipse. Is it windy? It is. Very windy here. Very windy. Jupiter's nose is growing. Yeah. Yeah. I know the little speck on the side. She did, so yeah. We'll make it out a little bit better here soon too. We kind of come back out a little bit here. Then you can see Europa up on the top left. You got two different moons in this view. Pull it down just a hair. There you go. And Venus is not above the horizon. Saturn is not above the horizon either. This is Jupiter. Jupiter and its moon Io coming out from in front, or in transit. So we'll start to see the moon Io here really quick. Start to see that separation between them. Can we see the rings of Jupiter? Very faint. Very faint, very thin. What is dark matter? It's a pretty tough question. It's matter that can't be interacted with, though. Can't put in a box, can't. Yeah. You dim the light, it looked amazing. I mean, yeah, you can make Jupiter look amazing, but we're not looking for Jupiter, we're looking for the moon. That's what we're actually looking for right now. Pain center is still sweeping. Yeah. Sleeping. I gotcha. They're in their sleeping states. It's happening too, that is true. During our, the formation of our moon. Should be an evening object right now. You should see Venus in the evening when the sun sets. Does it max zoom? No. Hey, what up, Kirk? How's it going, brother? Good evening. They still have rings, but made out of needles. Yeah, now we got rings made out of space trash. Mercury not above the horizon. I'll do the control of the telescope. Sucks I can't live on other planets. I mean, eventually, maybe. Mars, maybe. Was that passed earlier? Was a satellite? Satellite went flying through. Starting to see the definition of the Io a little better now. A lot of wind hitting the telescope. Yo, thanks, Stephanie. I appreciate it. Thank you so much for the love and support, Stephanie. Thank you. Hi, TMM. How you doing? Stephanie again. Thank you so much. Zoom in on Betelgeuse. Betelgeuse is not in my viewable area. Betelgeuse, Betelgeuse. Mars might be coming to habitable the sun. Red giant enemy. Now the sun turns to red giant. Maybe. Very possible. Way too invasive species. Might be true. Yeah, it might be true. We're starting to see a little bit of separation now, it looks like, between Io and Jupiter. It's gotta wait for like the turbulence to kind of calm down. Mars has no magnetic field. Very, 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 very small magnetic field. Very small. A lot of wind blowing through. You can hear things like in the observatory here just kind of creeping a little bit as the wind's blowing on it. Like, I don't know if you guys can hear that in the background or not. That's about curious or serious or something. Serious? Serious? Can't say name. I think you meant Sirius or Sirius. The star or the asteroid, dwarf planet. The moon has 5 veterans for everything. The satellite, there it is. No planets are green. It's best for you to live there. I like to see space from here. Yeah, I would agree. I would almost agree with that for sure. The famous star. Oh, Sirius. Sirius, the dog star. I got you. It's not in my view anymore. Condas. I got what you meant earlier. Yeah, it's not in my view currently. The dog star's behind trees. No conspiracy that leaves you out. Cool story. Sucks for you, I guess. Glad you had to point it out. Must be one of those people. Hey, look at me. Oh my god. Definitely see the space now, though, between Io and Jupiter. It's a really moving moon. The moon is on the moon. Sometimes called Sirius, the party star. Yeah. No way. If I see it, yeah. Yeah, the variable star. It's amazing to see those kind of stars. Just the different patterns that you see. I can't see it, but yeah, I'd try to spot Sirius or something. The star. Sirius. Okay, the star. Yeah. Do you have your own observatory? I do. Say it. I got you. Sirius. You ain't serious, are you? Like that. Sirius. Sirius or the dog star? Y'all think that one theory with the ball turning into 2 is true? One theory with the ball turning into 2 is true. I'm not too sure what theory that is. We live on this rock planet. Nothing's surrounded by these amazing waters. Time slowly passed by. It's true. Blood moon coming up on 3rd. That is right. See how fast it actually came out, though. That's crazy. Like, Io is on the move. It's really close to Jupiter, but it's really moving. Gotta remember how big Jupiter is. It's really interesting to see how fast Io is actually moving. I'm good. How you doing? How's your day? No, this Jupiter and the moon Io. Beautiful Jupiter with its moon Io. Serious? Are you serious? Yeah, it's very fast. Now it's really cool though. Now we can see all 4 Galilean moons. Let's kind of back up a little bit more again. Do we need to zoom out? Maybe. We'll find out. What am I missing? Or gamma. Turn our gamma back to 1. Turn our contrast back a little bit. Ooh, too much contrast. Too much contrast. Then we can pull this down a little bit. You got all 4 moons here. Plus Jupiter. You got 4 moons and Jupiter. How cool is that? Ganymede, very top left. Then Europa, Io, Jupiter, and then Callisto. Joe, thank you so much. Thank you for the 5. I appreciate it. Thank you so much. Finally got Mercury. I actually got it. One was near the moon. Oh, that's crazy. It was like, what, 3 days ago? No, 4 or 5 days ago. Very awesome. As always, hopefully the cosmos fast they can. That's true. That is so true. Alright, y'all. I might call it a night now. We've been at it for 2.5 hours. It's almost midnight. It's a good time to call it a night. Hopefully y'all have an amazing night. I don't know what tomorrow night looks like. Some things say clouds, some say clear for a while in the evening into early night, so we'll just have to see. If you're not in our Discord yet, if you want to kind of keep up with everything, you can jump in our Discord. I'll type it in real quick too. You can jump in our Discord with us, hang out. Just discord.skieslive.com. Keep up with the chat, you know when we're going to go live and stuff. Again, appreciate y'all. Have an amazing night. Clear skies to y'all. If I'm not able to go live again tomorrow night, then hopefully you guys get to see the blood moon coming up on the morning of the 3rd, night of the 2nd into the morning 3rd. Clear skies, y'all. Have an amazing night. Goodbye.